Yeah, definitely.
I'll check sound.
Yeah.
Shalom, shalom. We are the real Hebrew Israelites coming back at you with another one. First off, giving all praises, all honor, all glories to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakapadah. Double honors to the apostles and the elder bishops, Ray Millstones. Salutations to the elect. We're just going to get right on into it through the Spirit. Yeah, Jeremiah. Because we're getting closer and closer to that go time. We don't know exactly when that's going to be. No man knows the day nor the hour, but we do have the signs. Right? We see the sedition among men. We see the earthquakes in diverse places. We see war. We hear about the wars, the rumors of wars. Right? We know World War III is drumming up. Everybody getting brought to the Valley of Jehoshaphat. Right? The Valley of Decision, Iran.
Yep.
Okay? So we know what it is, man.
Jeremiah 28:8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence.
And that's that alarm, right? That's that spiritual alarm. Hey, a tornado coming. A tornado's coming. When you hear the siren, you hear the prophets, you hear the siren, but you ignore it.
Right.
So when you get caught up in that destruction, okay, you can't complain. Because we out here day in and day out. I'm telling y'all, don't do these things that Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shai hate. And you niggas steady doing it.
Right.
Because you're trying to climb up some other way, man.
It shows you that the Lord's mercy is great. The niggas be scoffing, niggas have been scoffing for decades, but the Lord still has his men going out week in and week out, doing lessons on the internet, going out teaching in the chief place of concourse in cities all over the earth, not just in America. And every week that we go out, every video that a brother does, is the Lord extended his hand to you Jakes, you Israelites, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and you Stubborn Bird, who your father's line goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The Lord is reaching out for you every day. And Jake don't want to hear it. Jake want to do what they want to do. And that's why when the destruction comes, the Lord is going to laugh at people's calamity.
Right, there's 2 Chronicles 36, 15 and 16. And the Lord Yahweh, God of their fathers, sent to them by his messengers, rising up betimes and sending, because he had compassion on his people and on his dwelling place. But they mocked the messengers of Yahweh and despised his words and misused his prophets until the wrath of the Lord Yahweh arose against his people. So there was no remedy. And that's why, all these punishments are happening to the Israelites. This is the only family that he recognizes. Look at Amos chapter 3, verse 1 and 2. Only you have I known of all the families of the earth. That's why I'm going to punish you for all your iniquities. Our iniquities, our sins have separated us from the Heavenly Father.
That's right.
That's why he let the enemy, have their way with us, man.
That's right.
But he measured everything. So right now we're at the end of the Gentiles, and it ends with Esau, Edom. You see, the kingdom is going down right now. It's ending very soon. That's why the prophets are out. Because the Lord's about to establish the kingdom of heaven on the earth, man. So we're looking out for prophecy, the mark of the beast. They're about to implement this microchip. Nero 47 just signed an executive order for 6G and implantable technology, man. It's here. And Lord willing, it'll come out later, soon this year or later this year, but we're almost 2027 now.
It's already out.
Yeah.
I saw a video recently online. They got these college football players. I believe the particular video I saw was at Florida State University. This guy walked up to the football facility, and when he went to go sign in, to open the door, instead of buzzing the door with a fob, this nigga stuck his hand under the fucking thing, bro. Didn't have a bracelet on or nothing. It was just his bare hand. He stuck it under the little scanner, like the thing you'll scan your bus card on or whatever. The fucking door open. I said, they got all these Jakes, these young niggas especially, that are now they're paying college players. So God knows what they got these niggas doing. They probably already got all of them niggas chipped. And it's already other people that have got chipped. This a Edomite that got chipped twice on TV already. And they was doing it in a place in Wisconsin. One of these companies was chipping their workers also, so that they could buy shit at the vending machine, use their hand to open the door at work, all this extra shit that they be talking about.
I actually would not be surprised if these NFL owners wouldn't tip them off, because that's, you know, they invest all their money into these players,
Right.
per player. So I wouldn't be surprised if they tip them.
It's probably the contract somewhere, but also you see it in the movie Him.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, hell
so
yeah.
the parents are already groomed. They're already part of the fraternities, sororities. So they're already plugged in, and they're just grooming their child into it now. And they're following it. Because a lot of them are with the shit. They think that's old technology, you know? There's nothing new. But
First Timothy 6:10, for the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. And see, talking about these entertainers, because I wouldn't be surprised if all of these artists and actors, rappers, all these niggas got that shit already and been had. Because like the brother said, these devils, they got the mindset of a slaver still. They have not left off from that. Especially when you talk about these elite class individuals. All right? And they want to keep track of their assets, because once you sign that contract, they own you now. You don't own yourself no more. That's why none of these niggas can help their community. That's why none of these niggas can talk how they want to talk. And hey, to be honest, the way that they deal with these so-called entertainers is what they're going to be doing to people when the shit comes out. Think about a nigga like DMX. That nigga spoke out against these devils. They cut that nigga's money off instantly, and he went broke. And that's what happens to all of these entertainers. They have all this money, at least that's what they tell you, and then as soon as they violate their contract or whatever arrangement that they got with this devil, the next fucking second after they do it, they don't have no money no more.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing that they're setting up in this society with that MOTP.
Kanye, prime example. That nigga had what? Like $1 billion? He made it to like $1 billion?
yeah, that was like a couple, or like 2 or 3. Yeah.
And as soon as he spoke up, that nigga was down to like, what, hundreds of thousands?
No, it was like 300 million.
300.
But it
He
was all
lost
chump
big
change.
ass
It's just
chunk.
fiat currency. It's not real money.
And then, so what happens with that? What do you do? And nigga changed up his whole story. He basically said sorry. You know, he wanted to get that bag again.
Yeah.
Ecclesiastes 7:7. You know what I'm saying? Because when especially Jake, because most Jake grew up poor, right? So when Jake grew up poor, Jake get a little bit of money in his pocket, nigga think he rich.
Yeah.
Nigga get his tax money back, a whole $1,000 from his taxes. Nigga, I'm rich. Spend all his money on Burberry, clothes, and belts. No food in the fridge though. So when Jake get money, Jake ain't thinking about y'all about Chanel Shine. Jake thinking, I'm gonna spend this, I'm gonna get this bitch, I'm gonna trick off on this.
Yeah.
He ain't thinking about y'all about Chanel Shine.
That's why the scriptures say, you know, give, roughly paraphrasing, give me not too much or too little. You know, if you give too much, you'll forget the Lord. And if you don't have enough, you'll curse the Lord because you don't have enough. That's why we're content with our daily bread. And you know, hey man, have the faith that the Lord is not going to leave us out here fucked up and destitute. That's riches in and of itself, because these people don't have that. That's why they're so willing to do drastic things to get money, and this money's not even real.
Yeah, a lively hope.
Yeah.
A lively hope.
Yeah. This Ecclesiastes 7:7. Surely oppression maketh the wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart.
Right? Now that makes sense. When you get oppressed, you gonna like, God, I can't get a break. I'm getting fucked up this way and that. Right? Naturally. But as soon as a nigga get a bag, oh well, it ain't that bad. It's okay. I can handle it. I can deal. As long as I'm getting that money. As long as I got that fucking stimmy. Right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, when everybody's getting that stimulus, nobody's complaining about shit.
Yeah.
But before that stimulus, well, we can't do this, can't do that. As soon as that stimulus came, oh, it's all good, it ain't that bad. Y'all fucking simple.
It's really a plague of the mind.
Yes.
All right, the Lord has plagued these individuals with madness, because at the end of the day, you know, and that's one of the things that we're out here teaching, is that we're not here to be comfortable. We're not here to be living it up. As a matter of fact, if you're living it up, you know, and that's not to say that certain brothers don't have nice things. The Lord hasn't blessed certain brothers, because, hey, it's brothers that are, you know, we need that too, as far as being a part of the body.
It's balanced.
You know, and you know, certain brothers have been blessed with that, in order to bless other brothers and for us to be able to lean on each other. But at the end of the day, for the most part, if you're on that level financially, you had to do something wicked to be able to be on that level. We're not here to be prosperous. We're not here to rest. We're here to pay for our sins that we committed against the Lord. That goes from the men of the Lord to the 2/3. All of us are here to serve that sentence. All right, good. And these jakes, they don't know the Lord, so they don't understand when they're signing up for all of that shit, what they're really setting themselves up for. This is Micah 7:9. I will bear the indignation of Yahweh because I have sinned against him.
See that? So everything that we go through, we gonna deal with it because we fucked up.
That's right.
Well, we acknowledge it.
We
Yeah.
acknowledge it.
Yeah.
We acknowledge that we fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
2/3. Oh no.
No, but you got more of that?
Come down. I will bear the indignation of Yahweh because I have sinned against him until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me. He will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold his righteousness.
And now, for those that broke battles, the female, this is for you.
Hey, this for all you other niggas too. That
Yeah.
You want to drop the plow? You want to come up your own way? You want to say that you're going to take matters into your own hands and you don't want to wait on the Lord? There's consequences that come with that, man. Because not having trust and belief in the Lord is going off, man. And the Lord jacks niggas up for that. And that's why all these niggas are in a horrible case. Because they don't have faith in the Lord. And they want to, really they have a hatred for the Lord because they don't want to acknowledge their own faults. All right, but once again, we're out here teaching that. We're also out here teaching that you don't live just one life. A lot of these people think, well, I'm a good person, and my whole life I've never hurt anybody, so I should be good. First of all, you ain't got to hurt nobody to be wicked to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh. All right? Really, everybody in this society is born wicked because you're born an idolater. The Lord got to put the spirit on you to get out of that spirit. So you could be the nicest guy on earth, the kindest guy on earth, the most generous and charitable guy on earth. And if you're doing it in the name of the false God, you're more wicked than anybody. And you can read Wisdom of Solomon, the 14th chapter, to see what comes with serving false God. And it's nothing good, man.
Right.
Oh, come. This verse 10, it says, Then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, who said unto me, Where is Yahweh thy power? My eyes shall behold her. Now she shall be trodden down at the mire of the streets. And hey, all these niggas, it's not just women that got this spirit. A vast majority of these males of this society, even these heathen males, got the mindset of a bitch and they talk just like that, man. But you Israelites in particular, because we're not here for these heathens. We know what's about to happen to them. Alright? We here to talk to you Israelites. And you niggas got the mindset of a bitch. And you got the spirit of Job's wife, man. And that's why the Lord gonna fucking kill you, man. Job's wife and Lot's wife.
Right, this is Lamentations 3, 37 through 39. Who is he that saith, and it cometh to pass, when the Lord Yahweh commandeth it not? Out of the mouth of the Most High proceedeth not evil and good? Wherefore does a living man complain, a man for the punishment of his sins? And Jake needs to acknowledge that, you know, our ways were unequal to the Lord. And that's why we're being punished. That's why the curses in Deuteronomy 28 are upon us, man. All right, but the Lord is slowly taking it off, man, and putting it upon our enemies. You know,
Right.
Deuteronomy 13:7.
Right.
Because we're at the end of His kingdom now. You see, and the kingdom of heaven is the one that's to follow.
That's right. That's why having teachers is so important. And listening to the men of the Lord is so important because even now, you look at these 2/3 that are still in darkness, they're still running, they still are running out of and don't have patience. And the whole time we're at the point in time where our enemy is starting to be brought down. This is the time to have the most patience. This is the time to be willing to wait because we don't even got that long to wait no more, man. And the Lord is going to reward everybody with the same penny no matter the hour that you came into this thing. But these jakes got such low integrity, such low patience that they don't want to wait one day. They want their shit now, and that's why the Lord going to jack them up. Yeah.
Yeah, let Yahweh Shai get the glory. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Listen to these cats. But Luke 21:19, in your patience possess ye your souls, man. So you gotta learn to suffer, man. All right, that's what patience goes into, is to suffer, and we're to suffer for our sins.
Right.
You know, and understand Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, because the Lord's not going to put more upon us that we can handle. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You're gonna have your perfect measure and know the Lord is with you always, even unto the end of this place, man.
Right.
All right, so you're comforted, man. You gotta believe, man. Build up your faith. Even ask and pray for more faith. You know?
Right. See, Jake's problem is that they don't believe that what the Lord has set to the side for them is enough. All right. Especially when we're talking about on this side, because, you know, in the kingdom we're gonna have it all. But right now, Jake don't think that the daily bread that the Lord is offering is enough for them, man. And what does that produce? That produces a mindset that actually causes them to have less than what the Lord would have gave them. But see, these Jakes don't see it like that, and that's why the Lord will jack them up. But they lack faith. This is Micah 2:10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction.
So yeah, y'all want to continue to, you know, make this place your rest. This is, you know, Esau is your master. I want to get the microchip. You see, you think society is gonna keep going on the way it's going, and you know you're gonna wake up 2 years from now, your child going to college. See, I saved up all this money for my son's college tuition. This is not. Look, man, we just supposed to be here, learn our lessons, and do right, man. We ain't supposed to be holding hands with these devils, man. These ain't not our friends, man. The scripture said we're gonna serve our enemies.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? These are our enemies, man. They ain't our buddies. Fuck these people, man.
That's right.
You saw what they did to Nolan.
Yeah, you 2/3 too, man, because guess what? Jake killed all the prophets. The Israelites did that. Go ahead.
Here it is. This is Deuteronomy 28, verse 45. It says, moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed. Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. Because thou servest not Yahweh thy power with joyfulness and with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which Yahweh shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck, until he have destroyed thee. So the scripture says that we're going to serve our enemies, whom the Lord Yahweh shall send against thee. And that's where we are right now. We're in captivity still. And the Lord put these men, okay, the basis of all men, the violence. All right, when you go into base, you're talking about low and common.
Right.
When you go into vile, you're talking about a separation.
Yeah.
These people are the outcasts of the earth. When you look at the Epstein files that were heavily redacted,
Yeah.
why were they heavily redacted? They were heavily redacted because they were naming names of all the people involved and all the heinous, ridiculous shit that they was into.
Yeah. Vile. Like
When you
brother
pick
said.
up the paper from the Epstein files that was redacted, it's all black.
Like 95%.
Okay? So these are the people that are set to be rulers over us. Before the Nolan Wells case came out, 3 months before that, I did a lesson and I uncovered the Mississippi Public Works as being attached to the Ku Klux Klan.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I sent that to them out.
And what do they like in charge of their infrastructure?
Yeah, when you go get your driver's license renewed, everything you do when it comes to public works, you got to go through that agency. Well, guess what? You handing over your nearest of kin.
Oh, wow.
You're handing over your emergency contact. You're handing over all your personal. Yeah, and that's why they able to make threats upon you. And that's why you can't ever get no help in this kingdom. You ain't never gonna get no justice in this kingdom.
Hey, guess what? What the brother said is heavy, and it ain't just Mississippi. These Edomites are in charge of everything, man.
That's right.
So whether you in Mississippi or you in motherfucking Timbuktu, when you put your information out here, these devils are the ones that shit goes to at the end of the rope, man. That's what's holding the end of the rope, you know? So the brother said it's heavy. You giving all your information, These devils know where you're at. They know what you're doing, man.
What the scripture say about making flesh, making the arm. All right. Yeah. You can't do that because you got the wrong man set up.
Yeah, back brothers up. Job 30:1. But now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock. Yeah, brother.
I just did a lesson. There was a Louisiana state trooper, last name Yetman. I don't know if you know about it. He was fucking the canine dog.
Yeah, I heard
Listen,
about that.
Okay?
they just a lawyer. One of these lawyers, I don't know where it was at. Murph sent me this shit. This nigga was going to work. And then like when his family was so-called leave the house to go and do their daily duties, this nigga would go back to the crib. They had a little dachshund, a little hot dog.
Yeah.
This dude was leaving his job and his wife was seeing him on the ring camera, so she thinking this nigga's sleeping with another woman. So she like hides to go and catch him in the act. She catch this nigga fucking the dog, man.
Oh.
That's a Edomite.
Then they put the picture of the dog on the news and they blacked his eyes out. Straight folly. Yeah.
Fucking a hot dog?
Yeah.
The little small hot
This
dog?
nigga was going to work and waiting for his family to leave the house, and then going right back to the house and fucking his dog, man.
Oh,
And this is what all these Edomites do. That's why when you walk down the street and these devils got their little dog with them, the fucking dog try to run to you and go with you, man.
Oh yeah.
That shit happens all the time. Fucking devil gotta grab the dog and yank the dog to keep going with them because they're doing vile shit with these animals, man.
That dog and the Edomite got to be destroyed.
That's right. That's right.
They got to be destroyed, man.
And you know what? And that's one of the reasons why you ever notice how they commune so much. See, Esau he's a communal person. Well, he's communing so much because guess what he's doing? He's seeking out those that are just like him. He knows that he's twisted. So he communes with two primary reasons. To find solace in each other and to talk about Jacob. Because Tulsa, Oklahoma, 1921, okay? That was a coordinated effort. They had airplanes.
Yeah, they bombed.
They were just waiting on excuse. And then today they got it all planned out what they're going to do when the time comes.
Yeah, that's why they allow you Israelites to act a goddamn fool and don't do nothing, man. You know? Everywhere Jake goes, they're fucking starting riots, they're fighting. They set up this fake ass Juneteenth celebration a couple months ago. Jake fighting everywhere across the country at this shit, man. You can't get niggas together in a spot and Jake don't fight. And that's because these devils have set up a society, number one, where the woman is raising all of these kids, so they got an emotional spirit. And then on top of that, there is no consequences. All right, they don't hold these women accountable. And if Jake get held accountable as a man, shit, they catching you and throwing the key away on your ass by the time you get caught. But when you're a child, you don't get in trouble for nothing, man. You gotta commit murder for them to really come after you as a kid.
It's a lot. The niggas include the so-called Latinos.
That's right. That's right.
Mexicans, Puerto Ricans,
Yeah. All of
El
y'all.
Salvadorans, and you too. You be doing it. You the niggas.
Yeah. The quiet is kept. They worse than so-called Southern Kingdom Jakes. You just gotta go to their country to see how grimy them
No,
niggas get.
go on the north side.
Yeah.
Go on the north side for the last people tribe there, the minority people there, so-called Puerto Ricans and Mexicans.
Yeah.
They game bang hard, man.
Yeah.
And they so-called Mexicans.
Yeah.
They'll press your ass.
Yeah.
In that neighborhood, your motorbike, they'll press up on your ass.
Oh, yeah.
They'll follow your shit.
Oh yeah.
Try to bust a cap in your ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Try to go over there on 26 in California past that Popeyes and you're not a Hispanic. See what they do to you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Broad daylight too. They don't
Broad
give a fuck.
daylight.
And them niggas waiting on the corner. They not waiting for you to get 3 blocks in, man. They in front of Popeyes waiting for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what be so furious? Jake be so hot to get up on another Jake to do some damage. But he'll never do that to his real enemy, man. He'll never do that to Esau.
Yep, but
Yeah.
Esau walking in the neighborhood and shit, they be smiling, waving at Esau. As Esau, the most so loud.
What?
Yeah.
You want to come inside? You want to see my family?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Me and Capo was at work last week and we had to rebuke a nigga for that shit, man. He was standing outside in front, and this nigga just walks up and starts acting a goddamn fool, talking shit, and then tried to so-called press me and Capo, and I told the nigga straight like this, bro, you walked over here and started talking to us, to two other black men, getting tough with us. We ain't say shit to you. You tried to say we interrupted him talking to the woman or whatever. I said, brother, I don't interrupt nobody talking to no woman. And then the Jake came up went down. He apologized and he walked off. But that's just to reiterate what the brother just said. Jake got all this tough cash shit for another Jake. And meanwhile, Esau is living deliciously. And all these Jakes know that it's at their expense, man.
Yeah.
Well, and because I'm of the belief that all these Jakes know the truth too. But even if a Jake don't know the truth, they know that these devils is living high off the hog at our expense, man.
If you get back then through the cracker, you knew that fucking money was funding so-called white men. You may not know it was funding the CIA, the other alphabet things, and you knew that fucking crack money was going back to so-called white men. You fucking knew it, and you still was selling that fucking crack.
That's right. That's right. Because
yeah. And the guns, yeah. Because every time I brought it up because Jake talking shit. I said, hey, how come you not pressing? How you selling so-called white man shit? All right, why you ain't pressing? Oh man, fuck the white man. I said, yeah, fuck the white man, but I'm just saying myself, fuck the white man, but you doing his business and shit. And you knew that crack money go back. You knew it. It may go to Iscon so-called Mexicans, you know. But guess what? Who they pay? Who that money go back to? They go back to the so-called white man. All right, yeah. All right, you niggas ain't shit, man.
Yeah, and you know what? Because Jake always knew that these devils was the devil. That's something that Jake been talking about since slavery and probably even before that.
Right.
All right. But that's why the faith of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is so important, because the reason why these Jakes don't say shit to these devils is because they don't have no faith, man. It's like stand boldly in the face of them that
Wisdom 5:1.
the water. But oh yes, it's like it though. But no, Jake don't have that faith. That's why they'll let this devil do whatever he want, and because they know, oh, if I fuck with a nigga, Esau not gonna do nothing to me. But if I fuck with an Edomite, first of all, the Lord got a hedge on these devils, and you can read that in Genesis. Anybody who come against Cain is going to be avenged sevenfold. But at the same time, you know, you don't necessarily have to physically or carnally come against this devil. We're coming against this devil spiritually. But these niggas won't even do that. This Wisdom of Solomon 5:1, it says, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. And all these wicked ass niggas know that that's what this devil is about and what he does. But because they don't have faith in the Lord and trust that the Lord will protect them if they stand in boldness against this devil, that's why they gonna want to get tough and take their anger out on Jake, because they know that this devil encourages that. All right, and the Lord is gonna fuck all you niggas up that got that spirit, man. Because at the end of the day, we're gonna come to a point in time where this devil is gonna stop fucking playing with you niggas. And he gonna take his gloves off.
In California, a lot of so-called Mexicans were pushing Jake out. They do some shit. Like Bull Heights predominantly was like Judah. Then like probably like 1940s, he started building freeways and shit. Which we had a small percentage of like that, and there's a kind of so-called Mexican gangs under orders of the Mexican mafia pushed those Jakes out. All right. Guess what? Now Esau pushing out Issachar out, so-called Mexicans out, and they grew mad. All right, so you did that shit for nothing, man. Y'all got out some fucking. Then you did other neighborhoods, and Esau put your ass out. Esau got sticking ice on your ass and shit, man.
That's right.
All right, and that's why Judah said, "Fuck you, man." When it's time to come, man, y'all being very grievous to Jake, man. Y'all get Jake fired from their jobs.
Oh yeah, especially the Mexicans.
Yeah,
they the worst one.
Yeah, Jake, it's all Jake get a job owned by Mexicans and shit. And the Mexicans shit on Jake, man. Shit, man. Called nigger and all this shit, man.
You're not working hard enough for the white man, so I'm gonna tell on you. And what the elder said about California, that's heavy, because if they was in the 40s displacing Jake out of their neighborhood, The Lord turned around and jacked the Mexicans up right after that, because what happened in the 50s? When the Brooklyn Dodgers moved from Brooklyn to LA, where they built Dodger Stadium, that was a Mexican neighborhood. Esau put all them fucking Mexicans out there, man, and killed a lot of them too.
What happened? Boyle Heights happened like in the 1990s, I think in 2000.
Okay.
Yeah, Boyle Heights. Yeah, but that's when Mexican gangs started pushing them out, like in the 2000s. Then Esau turned around and pushed their ass. Because the Mexican mafia, I read the article, said the Mexican mafia don't own the mafia.
Yeah.
See, niggas. All right, you don't own shit, man. That's the curse, man. All right, and you didn't want for all things. Deuteronomy 28, Deuteronomy 28, 29, you should be spoiled, man. All right, so you gave a green light to push Judah out, the last phase of Judah out the neighborhood, Judah arrested the neighborhood, and guess what? You ain't got shit for you. Now Esau put your black, I'm talking to you so-called Mexicans, your black ass out.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, because you a nigga.
That's right.
All right, because Judah is our brothers according to the scripture.
That's right.
And the only reason why only because some of you light skinned, all right, because y'all mixed with Esau and the rest of the nations, man.
Right.
He said, Hosea shall make equal to mix himself amongst the people, man.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, man, you a nigga. Like that guy, Jay, what's his name? Fuller, what's his name? Fuller Jr. and shit. Nearly Fuller Jr. He's a light skinned Jay, real light skinned, and he was up there, he up there how with Esau shit, and he said Esau referred to Mexicans as niggas,
Yeah,
man.
100%.
Yeah.
They was stringing you niggas up, man.
Yeah, and so-called Mexican was the second place behind Judah, so-called black. Issachar, so-called Mexican, second place getting lynched
Right.
and hung behind Judah,
Yeah,
man.
that's right.
All right.
That's right.
Some of them Issacharites, they look like the Issacharites, but they tares. All right, they really the seed of Esau. Just like you have George Zimmerman.
Yeah.
George Zimmerman, his phenotype, everything on the outside looked like he Guatemalan. I believe his mother was Guatemalan.
Right, yeah.
But his father is an Edomite.
Yeah, Amalekite.
All right. George Zimmerman has actually won art contest for drawing a Confederate flag.
Yeah. And that's why the
Okay.
Lord jacked him up and he won't
The fucking Edomite.
Right.
Wow.
And that's what we compare.
Right.
Right, but the ones in the hoods and shit, those niggas, man.
Yeah.
All right, those are so curses.
Yeah.
All right, the curses, it said, Deuteronomy 28:54 is actually evil for
I got that right here.
Yeah, get that.
This is Deuteronomy 28 and 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil towards his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave.
Right, you know why the Mexicans hate you, why so-called blacks hate Mexicans. It's hard to go there, but that's part of the curses, man.
Right.
All right, that's because you'll do it because you disobey the law, statutes, and commandments, man.
Right.
All right, because we were delicate amongst each other, man. We love each other, man. We get upset. One tribe fight, we fight the other tribe.
Yeah, yeah.
That's in the scriptures, man.
Yeah.
All right, it didn't say you give flowers to each other, hug each other. Man, see, man, I don't believe they do like that, man. They hate us, man. That's part of fucking curses, man.
Hey, but then guess what? The Lord is showing that what the elder Southside Mike said is true. We really are naturally supposed to be tender among one another. That's why this brotherhood is so important. I speak for myself personally. I fucking hate Mexicans, man. Now, in this truth, I love my Issacharite brothers, but I don't call these
They
regular
get
Mexicans.
just cleared up, man. They'll take that shit.
In this truth, I love my brothers that's Issacharites. I don't call a brother that's in the truth a Mexican because he's an Issacharite. A Mexican is a byword and a fucking clown. Just like being black is a clown, just like being a Puerto Rican is a clown. Once brothers come into the light and they get their shit and their mind together, now you get addressed by your proper name. And that includes for me as well. All right? So I love my brothers that's Issacharites. And a matter of fact, some of the brothers that I'm closest with in the truth are brothers that's Issacharites. But when I was in the world, man, I fucking grew up and was taught to hate Mexicans.
That's
man.
right.
And to be honest, I don't mind it. I still hate you Mexicans today. Because you niggas ain't right. I don't like Mexicans. I don't like niggas. I don't like none of you niggas that's in the world. Because y'all are yoked with Esau. We not unequally yoked with you niggas, man.
Right.
But when you come into this truth, you see the beauty that the Lord gave us. And you see brothers from all of the 12 tribes coming together in unity and operating as one body, man.
Right.
And that's what we're supposed to be. But you niggas got that demon on you and the Lord got the curses on you niggas, man.
Outside of this truth, if you are a so-called black man, you trying to hate everybody.
Right.
Because you the lowest on the totem pole, man, right? So you literally talk to hate everybody. You want to say something else?
No, I'm just
Hey, the brother said something a little earlier. We on the straightaway. Yeah, because we're on the straightaway. You know what I'm saying? Right now, the time is far spent. We at the end. Okay? We are at the end. We got just a little bit longer to go. You got to understand, you know, these people were set up and they were put in place on purpose for our disobedience.
I want to man you asked me that you did.
That's right.
All right. Now, somebody get that Genesis 49 and 14, 15. All right. This is the book, the other slave was written by so-called Mexicans. All right. All right. Go ahead and get that Genesis.
Genesis 49 and 14. Issachar is a strong ass crouching down between two burdens. And he saw that rest was good, and the land that it was pleasant, and bowed his shoulder to bear, and became a servant unto tribute.
And that strong ass is one of the symbols of Issachar, man.
Right.
Means strength. Also, in the so-called Middle East, people look at the ass and the donkey as intelligent animal. Right? It is strong, and you drive to Mexico, you was documented having endurance and strength. All right. The two burdens is Mexico and United States. In Mexico, Esau, he rules Mexico.
That's
He
right,
oppresses
yeah.
the so-called Mexicans, so-called Negroes. In Mexico, then you go to America, he oppressed the 12 tribes of Israel, right, along with so-called Mexicans in America, man. You can't get a break from America, you can't get a break from Mexico, but Esau was both, right? The land pleasant, the land is very beautiful, right? But it said rest is good coming at 1 hour siesta, man. All right? It said you become a servant unto tribute. You go to Hebrew, that servant, but the word abad, in Arabic is abid, which means slave. Matter of fact, you look at different translations of Genesis 49 and 15, it say forced slave and forced slave, man. You became a slave to the soul, you became a slave to the Edomites and the Spaniards, man. They came here. Man. All right, and it says right here, page 60. All right. Let me see. The Spanish crown. Let me get this.
Can you quote the source?
Yeah. The other slave.
By
Other
Andres.
slave. Yeah, by Andres. Okay. All right, hold on.
Andres Resendez.
Andres Resendez, man. All right, and then you basically became a slave too, man.
Yeah.
Esau had your black ass working the silver mines.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
that's right. I don't call you a black ass, man.
right.
Your Mexicans are niggas, man.
Yeah.
And you need a nigga wake up call.
Yeah.
Man.
Hey, and
All
guess
right.
what? When Yahushua comes back and restores us to our glory, those who receive their new bodies on the first go round, hey, we all gonna look like how we supposed to look. And you Jakes that get put to death on this side and are born into the kingdom as nutsack Israelites, you gonna look the way you're supposed to look to then, man.
All right, it says, all right, and this is a case of, matter of fact, go to Monaco slaves. All right, then we'll go back. It said a providence. It says right here, Carvajal traveled to Mexico to stage 81 in the summer of 1567. As a man of means and enterprise, he took his own ship to carry a full load of wine and transport 7 passengers on highway 50. He settled in the province of Monaco, a marshy area of Gulf of Mexico to the south of Texas, a province that was well populated, easily accessible by land and sea. Monaco had been active slaving ground for decades. All right, we got to remember slave vessels started in 1521. All right, became a servant tribute, a slave, man. All right, it says early Spanish colonists was delighted to learn that the natives of the area did not have universal laws like the Aztecs and the Tarskins, but individual chiefs, they waged war if they was an Italian city-state and took captives from one another. That goes back to Deuteronomy 28 and 51. Even Israel, same thing happened with Mexico, so-called Aztecs and the rest of the
Yeah.
And then when Hernando Cortez came on the scene in 1521, they saddled with they Spanish shit.
Yeah.
All right? You got to you run out today, man, you send Mexico, man. The other tribes, the other Islam trying to hate them motherfuckers, man, with a passion, man. There was one case where they took one of the other tribes, King's daughter, and they skinned her, and they came back wearing the skin
yeah,
and
they was
shit.
on a lot of bugged out shit.
There's
down
a
there.
lot of bug out shit, man. All right, and I bet some of the sinners out there, man. I met one guy, he had no problem dying and shit. He's like, oh yeah, that's what my daddy told me this, and this was just all right. You know, you don't fear death and shit, but that spirit still don't.
Yeah. It's not in a spirit aligned with Yahweh Shai. He doesn't fear death, but with an idolatrous spirit. Though.
Yeah. Yep. It says faced with this capricious circumstance, seldom being acquired natives early as 1520s, like I just said, and seldom to slave trappers of the Caribbean. All right. Definition funnel means slaves to the gold fields of Cuba and España, talking about Haiti, Dominican Republic today. All right. And how you do that? Get on those slave ships. Get the Deuteronomy 26, okay? Yeah. Matter of fact, go to Deuteronomy 28. All right. Yeah, your best with your business, man. All right.
Also, too, as the elder has said, he had mentioned the tribute, and a lot of individuals they have the definition of slavery misunderstood.
Right.
Well, first of all of these people went into chattel slavery as well.
Right.
But slavery don't necessarily gotta be chattel slavery. If you are a tributary, you are a slave. If you don't pay tribute to whoever it is that you're tributary to, you can be punished in all manner of different ways, up to and including being put to death.
They can take your door.
That's right.
But then,
That's right. Yeah. I got that. Deuteronomy 28 and 68. And Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
right. Egypt, no, sorry, man. Yeah, anyway, man. Right, bringing Egypt again with ships, man. For all 12 tribes, they go the second time with Egypt with ships, man. So it's talking about this day, you got the answer talking about the talking about the land of slave trade, other trade, yes it is, man. Right? Then number 4 is talking about Egypt captivity. It's also talking about America. Right? Because some parts of Jamaica, they go to America, they go to Jamaica.
That's right.
So it's talking double 4, talking about captivity in America, right? Go ahead.
It says Deuteronomy 28:68, and Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again, and there shall you be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
Thou shalt see again some of the land of Israel, calamity, you not see that land again. And you were sold unto Yahweh gave up, right? Unto your enemies because you sinned against him.
Right.
That's Isaiah chapter 50, verse 1. So I get that right.
You want to get that verse?
We'll get that first. Isaiah 50.
I got you.
Isaiah 50 and verse 1, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, where is the bill of your mother's divorce, whom I have put away?
Yeah.
Or which of my creditors is it to whom I have sold you? Behold, for the iniquities have you sold yourself, and for your transgressions is your mother put away.
Right, the mother represents Israel, and the creditors represents other nations, man. All right? So you was given up, what happened? You like lost that command. What was Bashika doing? When Cortez came to, they was oppressing their own people. They was out down. You was eating flesh, man. What's that Mexican dish? Pozole, some shit.
Oh, pozole.
Pozoles, man. That dish originally, they was eating each other and shit, man.
Wow.
Now Esau came and lied and shit, but you was doing some shit, man. You was eating people. You was not a way Esau said we was doing the sacrifice. You doing some bug out shit. Yeah, you suppressed the rest of Issachar tribe not around, man. That's what Virginia Cortez came. They started man. You wearing them, man. They scared, man. They don't know where they go to wars, they come back and shit. Or you chill out with them, they don't know if you gonna take their daughters and skin or where they see all that shit, man. That shit was crazy, man.
That's what they was on. They would go there, go to the village, they'll kill all the men, and they'll enslave the women and children.
Right. Then you gonna cry talking about, well, dog, man, the shit you did, you all yourself, man. All right? And you knew the fuck you was doing to, man. You knew the high priest of the shit. They knew the damn son and you know goddamn blood, man.
It's nothing new under the sun.
Right.
Just like these jakes know that they going off the tape. They knew they was going off back then, and probably even more so because we was closer to having our heritage at that particular time.
They knew they was Israelites.
Yeah.
They knew they was Israelites. they kept that way from. They gave these fake ass gods. All right, because those same some gods that saved you in the Cortez. Matter of fact, Esau whooped your ass with the same God. All right, because really, 3-4 generations was a son of God. It was just his man. All right, go ahead.
Deuteronomy 28 and 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which Yahweh shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
Right, so you strip naked, you thirsty and hungry, and you so-called, this vessel, so-called vessel, you got a yoke of iron, literally had a yoke of iron right your fucking neck. All right? So you ain't better than your brother, you the so-called blacksmith. All right? You was a fucking slave, man.
Right.
All right? But that history is hidden from you, man. All right? But some of you don't want to accept it.
Yeah.
Right? Because you had this pride, man. Hey, ask yourself how you get your Spanish last name.
Right.
Ask yourself how you get your, a lot you got Italian last name.
Yeah.
How you get your Portuguese last name.
Yeah.
Right? You repented.
Yeah.
All right? Go ahead.
And also, you'll see some of them. They'll say, "Oh, sorry."
Go ahead.
Some of them say, "Oh, I'm Latino, I'm Latina," and the other one say, "Oh, I'm Spanish." Well, why y'all saying two different things?
Right.
It's because of who we got conquered from.
Well, that shows you that the Lord has bugged out Jake.
Yeah.
Because they will look down on the southern kingdom, Jake, and say, oh yeah, well, you got conquered by the white man, you got the white man last name. But like the elder just said, how are you speaking Spanish? Why is your last name? Why, if you go to these particular tribes or different tribes, especially in the rural areas of Mexico, them niggas don't speak Spanish. They got their own shit that they talk.
Yeah.
Why is that? Why, if you go to the Amazon rainforest and see them people in there, they don't speak Portuguese. They ain't got Portuguese names. They talk whatever it is that they was talking when they was doing back then, man. So it's the same thing. But Jake is bugged out, and you Mexicans got a love affair with the white man.
They love the fact that they speak Spanish.
And get that Jeremiah 17 and 4. Yeah, go ahead.
Jeremiah 17
Like
and
I
4.
said, you so-called Mexican, how come you can't speak your native tongue?
Yeah.
Even though Spanish got your native tongue in it, but you're not speaking like they used to fully.
Yeah.
How come you got the Spanish like you ain't had no last name? I don't care how they system up, but they ain't had no last name. Why you got Spanish last name? Why you got Italian last name?
Yeah.
Why you got a Portuguese last name? Why your ass conquered? There's some areas where they did slavery. They took them over and shit and colonized their ass.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
All right, go ahead, get that.
Yeah, because originally you had your name, and then it was your tribe, and then it was son of who and who.
All right, okay, go ahead.
Jeremiah 17 and 4, and thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee.
Right.
And I will cause thee to serve thy enemies in a land which thou knowest not. For you have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever.
Right, you discontinued for your heritage, man. All right? Hey, tell me who your ancestors for the 1500s.
Can't do it.
You can't do
A lot
it,
of these
man.
niggas don't even know they dead.
Yeah, they don't know you're there. Talk to you so-called Mexicans, man.
Yeah.
All right, name your ancestors during the time of Monty Super, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right? What is your family tribe?
Yeah, the Lord took that away. And guess what? When you read the scriptures, you know, our lineage is listed all the way back to before the flood.
Yeah, and a lot of you,
Yeah.
and a lot of you not man, the sheep, but some of you belong to the other tribe.
That's
You don't
right.
know, you don't know who you are, man. He saw this you up, man.
That's right.
And you call bad words. Get that Deuteronomy 20:37. I get that.
And by the way, real quick, hey, because we just did a response video not too long ago from Elder Buffy, how the Edomites tried to say that the book of Deuteronomy was the inspiration behind America. No, everything that we read so far, you didn't hear us say, oh, this is talking about Esau. No, we talking about the Israelites, man.
Right.
So no, you ain't got no parts of this, bro.
Right.
The book of Deuteronomy is not for you.
None of
None of
the
the-
books
none of the
in
books.
the script. You know what's for you? The book of Obadiah, nigga. You can
That's-
go into slavery. That's what's for you.
Yes, sir.
And Revelation 13 and 10.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Ain't nothing else for you, devil. All right. That's right. This is Deuteronomy 28:37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all the nations whither Yahweh shall lead.
All right, byword, man. A proverb, a 10 little Indian, 2 Indian,
Yeah.
10 little nigger.
Yeah.
A byword is what? Mexican, Latino,
Yeah.
Hispanic,
Yeah.
beans, spit,
Yeah.
right? Wetbacks, man. All right? So you ain't no different, nigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, Esau call you niggas too, man.
Right.
You better fucking believe it, man.
That's right. Hey, guess
Jamaican,
what?
Haitian,
Go ahead, brother.
Go ahead.
Jamaican, Haitian,
Yeah.
all of them.
Yeah, Jamaican, Haitian, Puerto Rican, African American, black, colored, Negro, man. All those bad words, not the words that our forefathers called themselves, man.
Yeah, and understand, there is no difference from being called a Mexican or being called a nigger. It's the same sentiment, because that's not who we are. All right?
Right.
Yeah, they've attached a negative connotation or a more negative connotation to certain words, but as soon as you called outside of your name, that's an insult.
That's an
All
insult,
right?
man.
And that's why, you know, a sidebar, but just to get the point across, that's why the name of the Lord is so important. And when you niggas don't want to call the name of the Lord properly, that it's an insult. It's the same thing with being called Mexican or being called black. That's not something to be proud of, man. Okay.
Let me get this. Face, page 81, the book, the other slave page 81, face to be a person's circle. Settlers began acquiring natives and early victims through settlers and slaves during the period in vernacular issue funnel being slaves to the gold fields of Cuba and spoilers today hated to make fun. The slave flourished under Internet Governor Nuno D. Guzman. That guy was he was a fucking devil. The other devil said a motherfucking devil.
That's right.
All right, who issued license to all Spanish brethren, so each of them could take 20 or 30 slaves. Guzman also put out his ships, which he loaded to protect the Indians to trade for cattle from the islands. The first Bishop vessel of Friar Juan D. Zabacra estimated about 1529 that around 9 or 10,000 branded Indians from Zapo have been traded for animals. This body was so brisk that experienced what some scholars refer to as unrelated explosion. Northeast Mexico amassed the largest cattle herds in 16th century North America, paved the way for the ranching empire that would flourish in Texas in later century. So they wanted to start up the beef industry.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And Vocab, what you got to say about that? You Christians, what you got to say about that? Because he just read, these was friars doing this. So-called men of the cloth.
Yep.
So-called Catholics. That's what a friar is. A Catholic is a title or an office that like a Catholic priest would hold.
Right. Hey, somebody get that Zechariah 11:15 that Gary Rich off our people. I mean Zechariah 11:5. Yeah, go ahead.
In Zechariah 11 and verse 5, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty.
And they slayed them. They hold themselves not guilty, man. I think at Michoacan in Mexico, they were chopping their heads off because they want to bow down to Caesar Borgia, man. Hey, they forced that Christianism on you so-called Mexicans in Mexico, man. They forced that shit down your fucking throat, man.
Before we read this,
Yeah, just go ahead.
This is the definition of friar. Now, he said this dude had 10,000 slaves. He was trading slaves. You gotta get about the
Yes.
part about the friar guy.
Yes, sir. The first bishop of Mexico, Friar Juan D. Zubarraga, estimated that about 1529, around 9 or 10,000 branded Indians for vernacular had been traded for animals. This body was so brisk that vernacular scream was some scholars referred as the ungulate explosion. Northeast Mexico amassed the largest cattle since 16th century North America, paved the way for the ranching empire that flourished in Texas in later centuries.
All right, now this is the definition of a friar. A friar is a member of a male religious order in the Catholic Church and some other Christian traditions who takes vows of poverty and works out in the public world rather than staying shut inside a secluded monastery. So this dude was the first bishop or the person over Mexico, which means he getting paid, man. This dude's supposed to take a vow of poverty, but as the elder just read, this nigga is selling 10,000 slaves. But y'all want to talk about being a Christian and being a Catholic? These devils full of shit, man. And you jakes that follow after that shit, y'all full of shit too, man. And that's why the Lord jacking y'all up.
And they took you to Spain, man.
Yeah.
Which I'm gonna get right here, because two Israel slaves was suing us and said the greatest legal victory was probably achieved by two Indians who sued none other than Nuno D. Guzman, one of the most influential ruthless conquistadors in all Mexico. the late 1520s, 1330, those are Charles Ramadan Eagle Hernan Cortez. He served as a governor of Pablo Vernacular and General Malaysia to side over the first Audiencia of Mexico, and yet in 1549, 2 slaves he had brought back to Spain. That was only Iscos slave brought to Spain.
Yeah.
Right, so don't get fucking happy.
Right.
Right, the rest of them still got left there, man.
Right.
All right, but I just want to bring that, man. All right, then they took so-called Mexican slaves and brought them to the Philippines. That's why you go to the Philippines. You got a lot of what they call it.
Negrito.
Yeah, the Greek. The Greek got like I said, language. No, the language. This language. Damn, I don't know why I forgot to start with the N.
I don't know what that's.
Yeah.
Even when you talk to the Philippines, like I talk to a lot of Filipinos, and they'll tell you like they're the Mexicans of Asia.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
Tagalog, I mean?
yeah.
Filipino language?
Because they can understand each other pretty good. Just like the Canadian.
Wait, that's why. Oh no, that's Filipino, but that's why you got a lot of dishes, Mexican words in Filipino language.
Shit, them Filipinos over there eating carnitas just like these Mexicans over
Cause
there.
they all fucking Mexicans.
Right.
A lot of them, man. All right, so you've been scattered. You've been enslaved along with so-called blacks. All right, you've been scattered, scattered on the other side of the world.
Yeah.
All right, you even got scattered to the fucking Polynesian Islands, man.
Right.
I read that shit, man.
Right.
Like that.
Anywhere where there had to be work done.
Right, anywhere that be work done. And you probably got scattered elsewhere. They getting right about this shit.
That's right.
All right, and then it says right here, by the time Caribou arrived from that year in 1567, the local travelers would no longer sell slaves to the Caribbean. The development of the silver mines in central and northern Mexico in 1540 to 1550 completely transformed the slave trade. Vernacular merchants had oriented the business away from Cuba and España and toward interior Mexico, right? So you was in the fucking silver mines, man.
Right.
All right, I'm beginning where you down there, we was with Cuba, man.
Yeah.
All right, because you Mexicans, you don't get reminded today, you niggas, man.
Yeah. And like the elder said, you was taken all throughout the earth. What these devils was doing in the so-called age of exploration, they'll on their boats when they put they'll bring a priest with them, and then they'll bring slaves with them. If you watch certain shows, it goes into that, and that's why it's a lot of Israelites in Asia. If you watch that show, Shogun, it shows you that they was now they don't actually got a so-called black Jake on the show, but it shows you how those Portuguese and Dutch was going to Japan, and when they was going over there, they was bringing slaves with them on the boat with them, man.
Yeah. All right, we'll get this on page 6465. It said in the 1520s, these slaves were so plentiful that their average price was 2 pesos, far less the price of horses and cows. Spaniards typically traded small items such as knife or a piece of cloth to change for human beings. Right? This part's crazy. This is part of the other side. And you saw Campesinians, y'all selling other people to the own pieces.
Yep.
That's their evil eye to each other, man.
The Lord gave you over to your own devices. You want to enslave your brother. The Lord sent this devil to enslave you.
And take your land off from your feet, man.
Right.
All right, it says, as with a number, we do not have the slightest occasion any transactional private and been untaxed. 16th century Spaniards gave widely different estimates overall number in Indian slaves. Mercy Edward, man. All right, it says 63 Spaniards gave widely different estimates of overall number of Indian slaves. The cost reported that by the middle of the century, more than 3 million slaves have been made in Mexico, Central America, and Venezuela. So this is Issachar, Asher, and Issachar and Asher, man. All right, Central America. And it says the Francis, Central America is Zebulon. All right, so Issachar, Zebulon, and Asher. It said Francisco Friar Toribio, Benavente, Brazil, Acosta, extremely interest in producer man, estimate normal slaves taking different parts of Mexico up to 1555 to be less than 200,000 parts, not even 100,000.
Yeah.
It's clear that even at the low end of this range, Indian slaves become a major portion of Mexican workforce. When you became a slave, the truth, man. All All right, it says, therefore, let's see. All right, let's see. All right, it said anyway, it says, therefore, the mine owners have resorted to Indian and African slaves working as work days and drilling. All right, so that's at Jeremiah 50 and 33. Somebody get that? All right.
All pressed together.
Yeah, I got that
All right,
already.
go
on
ahead.
that.
Yeah.
This is Jeremiah 50 and 33. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go.
Right. So it's a part right, so-called Mexico. You was a slave alongside Judah and Israel, man.
Right.
In Mexico, man. All right. It says, I said when you work the metals and shit.
That's right. Hey, and you know, even to this day, so-called Mexicans are some of the most renowned silver workers in the world, man.
Right.
A lot of this silver jewelry that people buy, especially the jewelry that doesn't have stones in it, it's just straight silver. That stuff comes from Mexico, man.
And look at this right here, page 62. But the Spanish conquerors acquired slaves, 10,000 of them. Then it would take among those who resisted conquest. They were called Esclavos de Guerrero, or war slaves. According to one of Cortez' soldiers who later wrote an eyewitness account before entering Indian town, Spanish because happened to be recently. And if they did not come in peace but wish to give us war, we will make them slaves, return them off with us, and our brand like this to want to mark their faces. So this they mark their faces. Our brands. All right. Yeah. Yeah.
A brand.
Yeah. Brand. Look, it said for the period between January 1521 and May 1522, that is a few months before and after the fall of Tiahuanaco, Spaniards paid taxes on the ground. Spaniards paid taxes on around 8,000 slaves taken just an Aztec capital, being surrounded. 1,000 more floated on Huaca, Michoacan, Tutupec, and far away is Guatemala. That's Babylon right there, all about. As the Indian kingdom were brought to Spanish rule. All right? So the box you came on the news, man.
Right.
All right? I said the curse, you want to get that 228
Deuteronomy 28 and 51. He shall eat the fruit of thy cattle and the fruit of thy land until thou be destroyed.
Go ahead.
Which also shall not leave thee either corn, wine, or oil, or the increase of thy kind, or flocks of thy sheep, and until he have destroyed thee.
All right, so he took your sheep, man. All right, so you did this, man. I ain't got to go for it, man. All right, so you on your head and looking down upon Judah's so-called blacks, man. All right, so they been slaves and shit. Your ass is slave. Your ass still a slave.
Y'all was slaves
before
before.
it, yeah.
Y'all been enslaved under this white man longer than the Southern Kingdom Jakes have, man.
Right. Hey, and matter of fact, even though you got free, but it was a guy in there who had some bigger than him, man. All right, that so-called free your black asses in 1521, man.
That's right.
All right, the free the Egyptian slaves of Mexico, the so-called black slaves of Mexico in 1821, man. No, 1829. That's why he named Guerrero Vicente Guerrero, man. That's what the state of Guerrero was named after.
Right.
All right, a lot of you so-called Mexicans don't know that, but you won't come talk shit on YouTube and TikTok in person, man. All right, that's your fucking history, man.
Yeah.
You ain't better than the so-called black man or than the so-called Puerto Rican man.
Right.
All right, you niggas, man.
Right.
And you always be a nigga, man.
right.
In the eyes of the so-called white man.
That's right.
All right,
Man, that's how he dealing with y'all at.
right, man.
They gathering up niggas that so-called U.S. citizens. If you a Mexican, they don't give a fuck.
Right.
And they taking you, and you ain't going back to Mexico, nigga. They tossing you in the ocean. They taking you and doing crazy sacrifice, all type of crazy shit with y'all. Man.
Yeah.
Taking your kids, doing all type of shit with your kids.
Go back to the fact that he was flooding America just a few years ago with Northern Kingdom. And what he said, he said, all right, I got my boats. All right, now send all them motherfuckers back.
Yeah.
And when nobody left in your field and picking your shit. And you didn't think that far because you can't see past your own fucking nose.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, oh shit, we fucked. Bring them back. Man, Esau don't give a fuck about y'all, man. You Negroes, Hispanic, Natives, man, he don't give a fuck about y'all, man.
Esau was telling on himself. Esau was doing interviews on camera talking about the undocumented workers that are no longer on their farm.
Yeah.
There you go. he uses you. That's it. He only gonna use you. That's it.
Well, that's what slaves are for. Be used, and that's what you are, a slave. Like we said earlier, you don't necessarily have to be a chattel slave to be a slave. If you're a tributary, that makes you a slave.
Yeah.
And a lot of these so-called, which there is no such thing as an illegal Mexican, because half the United States was Mexico at one particular time before this devil stole it.
Right.
All right. And even prior to that, even outside of that, you know, the Lord, this whole earth belongs to us as Israelites. So you're not illegal anywhere.
Right.
But you know, the way that these so-called illegal workers are compensated and how these devils treat them on the job, it's a hop, skip, and a jump away from being a chattel slave, nigga. The only thing that they not doing is peeling your back off, man.
Right. And then you had an election later 2025. You had an Issachar girl, and I guess her grandfather, what the fuck is she on her head now? Mr. Trump, who gonna pick the strawberries and everything?
Yeah.
Hey, guess what? The robots got that.
That's right.
All right, so they don't get the drones. That's gonna pick the strawberries and boys and shit. Man. Right? Esau, like I said, man, you so pro-message, man. Esau the fucking, he hates your fucking stuff, man. Fuck niggas, man.
This devil don't care about no fucking strawberries. He poisons the air and the water. He don't give a fuck about none of that shit.
Right.
So don't.
He'll make money some other way. All right, and like I said, these niggas will be out in the fucking field picking, and that's nigga shit, bro. You talk about you not black, you better than black. You do nigga jobs.
And
gonna
you go for cheap.
Yeah, in the field
Right.
for $20 a day, picking strawberries in the hot sun all the fucking day from cake to cake, man.
And the reason why Esau love you to work those jobs and shit because he knows that Judah is not gonna work for
Yeah,
cheap.
yeah, Jacob.
He gonna have to pay Judah. And that's why he make up that line saying Judah so-called blacks are lazy. No,
Yeah.
they not lazy, not gonna work for dirt cheap.
Yeah, Jacob.
he get you, he'll know you work cheap because you come from a nation, third world nation where your money is worth less than American shit. So so you like $7 an hour. That's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right. Go ahead.
so the prophecy that he
Right.
is hired. You know
He
what
is
I'm
hired.
saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he's gonna deal anyway.
Right, man.
These Southern Kingdom Jakes got post-traumatic stress. You
Yeah.
take a nigga to a cornfield,
Yeah.
and they gonna lose their fucking mind, man. They don't want to be around
Right.
no farm, man.
Right. His
Yeah.
Jake don't want to see a shovel. Jake don't want to see none of that shit.
Right.
Jake learned his lesson when Esau said, I'll give y'all 40 acres in the
That's why
mule.
Jason rebelled. When he laid down the law rules,
Yeah.
Jake go crazy.
Yeah, you know that shit fucked up. Jake would rather live in the projects than even try to have their own farm. That's how fucked up
Yeah.
Jake is off
They
that
like,
slavery.
they call
man.
Jake say, hey man, you here at the farm and you got all this stuff.
Jake
there."
don't want none of that
Jake
shit.
like, I ain't working that shit.
I'ma sell
man.
that shit, stay in the projects, nigga.
Project, man.
Jake don't cut. That's why none of these Jakes grass be cut or none of that shit. Jake ain't trying to do nothing.
That's why some
no
of the
type
people
of
do the
shit
great
like that.
migration. They got tired of working
Yeah.
on those fields down south.
Yeah.
They said, they left their family like, man, fuck that land. They came up to Chicago,
I'm gonna take
New
my
York and
chances
shit.
in them factories, nigga. I'm not touching no fucking no shovel. I'm not touching no lawnmower. Jake ain't doing none of that.
I ain't picking shit. I'm going to New York.
Yeah.
Hey, if you go to Mexico, and let's say, for instance, you exchange American money for pesos, hey, they'll turn their nose up at you because they don't want that money. They don't want their own money.
Right.
You know how you go and you say, okay, I'm gonna take this
Yeah,
$200.
man.
They don't want
you to
their
give
own
them
money.
American money.
That's
yeah.
right. They get mad at you for exchanging American dollars into pesos and paying them in pesos.
Well, because
That
a lot of
shit
these,
make them mad.
Mexicans that's selling stuff over there, and you know it's Esau at the bottom of it at the end of the day. But what they do, and the reason why they don't want you exchanging the money, is because when they charge you for things in American dollars, they gonna charge you the American price for that shit.
Oh yeah.
You know, you want to get a water bottle, they gonna charge you $3 just like they'll charge you $3 up here, instead of you only having to pay like 10 cents for whatever the Mexican equivalent of how much it costs a Mexican to buy it. You know?
They do this shit in West Africa.
Yeah, everywhere.
Fucking did this.
Everywhere.
I got a scripture.
Go ahead.
It's wisdom. I got a few. It's wisdom of Solomon 5 verse 1. Then shall a righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of slavery. So going back to what the elder said, you know, Jake built this whole country. Jake made every empire great. And Esau says we're useless. Esau says we're lazy. Okay? And as a matter of fact, the brother mentioned Jake don't want to touch the field. Hey, Jake go to these factories, just another form of slavery.
That's right.
It's a mechanical field.
That's right.
You know? It's just like it's a mechanical field. Jake goes to the steel mill, which have a very small error, margin of error.
Yeah. A lot of Jakes die doing that work, and even if you don't die while you're on the job, like for example, my great grandfather worked in a steel mill, and he got vicious lung. He didn't smoke or nothing. Yeah, he had vicious lung cancer from working in that steel mill, and he ended up dying from that later in his life.
Yeah. That's why Daniel was hard on me. He worked the steel as a crane man.
Really?
He was hard on me in listening because in the steel mill you couldn't fuck around and not listen. You'll lose your life.
Watch that Michael Jackson movie, and they don't really mention it too heavy, but listen to the disdain that Joe Jackson speaks about that steel mill with his voice, man. That shit ain't no joke.
Lose your life, man.
That shit ain't no joke.
You ain't guaranteed to make it on your first day of the job.
Yeah, and it's like 200 degrees in that motherfucker, man.
Yeah.
Jake in this driving, and once again, as mentioned before, whether you picking cotton in the field and getting your ass whooped or not, if you're a tributary, you are a slave. Even these Edomites that are Joe Schmo Edomites, you're a slave. If they taking taxes out your check, that means you're a slave.
They give him that white status, they give him that delusion that he got some million gas shit.
Yeah.
And now you mad because you fell for the okie doke in 1681, that white status.
Yeah.
You look in the mirror, you fucked yourself.
That's right. That's right. And that Deuteronomy 28 and 68 says that no man shall buy you. You're going to be a slave till Yahweh come back and take the yoke up off of us, man. Until that date, we all in slavery.
Okay, back here real quick.
Right.
Baruch 4 and 18. For he that brought these plagues upon you will deliver you from the hands of your enemies. And that's the only way. You know, the horse is prepared for the day of battle, but safety is of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. He's our deliverer, our refuge, our everything. You know, that's how we're going to be saved, by Yahweh Shai.
Get that Isaiah 13. Everybody should go their own people, man. All right, because you had that Russ, that there's some Mexican rapper also called Two-Face.
Yeah. No. I think he's a Northern actually.
Yeah,
I think he might be
fine.
like a Gadite or something. He looked black. He thought he was tall.
No, the other one.
Talking about 6'9"?
No, it's a Mexican. Not 6'9", it's another Mexican. Blue something. And he got the smell on his face. Yeah, we with the woods, talking about the Edomites. They call them Pepper Woods, the woods and shit. Yeah, we got lines with it. He was there smelling shit. And Yahweh is going to break that shit up, man. Ain't gonna be no motherfucking alliance in Camp Prison between Woods and so-called Mexicans, man.
Yeah.
Like, this shit finna get broke the fuck up, man.
You don't know about
No, I know about him. Don't be doing that. Hey, don't be doing that shit.
No, he brand new.
he's
Yeah, I think I seen something. But yeah, trying to make me sound like an old man.
No.
Matter of fact, we didn't go home. All right, but anyway, yeah, that solidity with the Mexican mafia and the ABs, the Aryan Brotherhood, man, that shit better get broken up, man.
Oh yeah.
All right, ain't no more alliance with the Woods, man. Your alliance gonna be with Jake, the 12 tribes of Israel, man.
Right, the alliance.
All right, your alliance gonna be you niggas. All right, so-called Mexicans. This part, your alliance gonna be with the other niggas, man. Plus the 12 tribes of Israel. Right. Ain't gonna be no alliance with the Woods, man.
Yeah.
How I'm break that shit up.
Yeah.
All right, get that Isaiah 13 right. You should go back to it.
Isaiah 13, start at 13. Therefore I will shake the heavens and the earth, shall remove out of her place in the wrath of Yahweh of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger.
How you gonna do that? We're gonna turn the possessors, the laces, come and carry some all
Right. Yeah.
right?
Verse 14, and it shall be as the chase grow, and as the sheep that no man taketh up, they shall every man turn to his own people, and flee everyone into his own land.
Right, everyone going to people, man. So that Wood and Mexican Mafia, alliance for the Aryan Brotherhood, that shit for break up, man.
Yeah.
All right? This shit for break up. Y'all finna kill each other, man.
Yeah.
All right? It finna be total hatred, man. This shit, man. All right? You get that, well, we found a monster, we can get the sword.
That's the next verse.
Yeah, go ahead.
Verse 15, everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword.
All right, so if you want to be a fucking Mexico with Esau, so-called
Yeah,
white
yeah,
man,
yeah.
and Yahweh got a sword. What's that sword?
Yeah.
That judgment, man.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
That's right. Like Elder Yak say, you know, if you want to partake in Esau's rights only pie, if you want a slice of Esau's pie in this kingdom and aligning yourself with Esau, well, a part of that is also aligning yourself with the judgment that these devils got to deal with too. You can't just take the good parts that you pick and choose the parts you like, and then just like for example, you get a pizza and they got everything on it. Oh well, I don't like olives, so I'm gonna take the olives off. I'm gonna take the peppers off. No, nigga, you're gonna get this slice of pizza, and everything that's on the slice, you're gonna have to deal with it, man.
Yeah.
Right. It's just like the Statue of Liberty. You know, it's chained up. You know what I'm saying? If you look into it, she's locked up, and Esau's gonna do the same thing by what? Introducing this chip. You know, you want to continue in his society.
Yeah.
You gotta take this chip to eat. You know what I'm saying? To buy or sell. All right.
Yeah.
He doesn't do it willingly. You know, Sirach tells you that. He has an evil plan at the end of the day to put you in the pit.
That's right.
You know, so he'll give you some crumbs, but it all leads to your death.
Right.
Hey, then you mess, you try to say, well, some of Esau was black. Well, that's part of Deuteronomy 20:54.
Yeah.
But guess what? Some of y'all asses became conquistadors. You went to the Philippines and oppressed your brother in the Philippines.
Yeah.
Had friends with Esau.
And that don't absolve nothing.
And some of you fought your own brothers in
Yeah, I was gonna say that. The elder already brought out that
Yeah.
y'all was enslaving each other. So what
Before
did
Esau
that
got the same, right? All right, and y'all shooting and camp each other in the hood and shit.
Yeah.
Mexican, so-called Mexican violence, man. Mexican or so-called Guatemalan violence.
Yeah.
Issachar on Zebulon violence, man.
Yeah.
Because when Zebulon came in, the Guatemalans, man, y'all started gang banging on them.
Yeah, yeah, and like the elder said earlier, referring to the Southern Kingdom, Jake, same thing with you Mexicans. You're not going to catch a Mexican getting bucked with a white man.
Yeah.
You're not going to see it happen. They're going to talk shit to other Mexicans, other Latin tribes, and they're going to talk shit to other Southern Kingdom Jakes. All right, they're not saying shit to the white man.
Oh, they not saying shit to the so-called white man in Mexico.
Yeah.
All right,
Their
no,
president
Edomites
is a
that-
damn Edomite, man.
Yeah.
A woman Amalekite is their president.
That's a fucking embarrassment, man. All right? You don't say shit in Mexico. You don't, and you got rights under, well, so-called got rights under Mexican Constitution.
yeah.
How come you don't press against the Edomites and Edomite terrorists in Mexico,
Yeah,
man?
yeah.
How come you ain't pressing them, man, for your rights and shit?
Yeah, because Amalek set up them cartels in Mexico to make their money and to oppress other Mexicans, and that's all they do. Them cartels, they actually got weaponry, and you know, of course, it doesn't stack up to Esau's blessing, because his blessing is the sword. But at the end of the day, if y'all niggas so tough, well, shit, man, go out in the blaze of glory. You willing to run down on your own people, man? You willing to pull up on motherfuckers with machine guns and trucks with guns on them and rockets and shit? Go get with these Edomites like that. They're not gonna fucking do it.
Hey, well, Jake is a sellout. Hey, them cartels, they funded by Amalek.
That's right.
Right. You know, and the whole spirit is changing around the world because the whole world is coming after Esau. Okay, this Jeremiah 30:7. So like I went Deuteronomy 30:7. We got that real quick.
Yeah.
It's the book of Deuteronomy 30:7. And Yahweh thy power will put all these curses upon thy enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. So a lot of these nations are coming after Esau. That's in their countries, man. Look at what's going on in Albania. Okay, look at what's going on in Croatia. Look what's going on in Venezuela. All right, Mexico. A lot of these jakes are coming up against Esau. And the spirit of the time is changing, and the Lord is raising. The Lord is raising that spirit up. And sooner than later, it's going to be Judah. Because Judah is going to be roused up very soon.
That's right.
This whole thing with Nolan Wells and all these deaths that these Edomites are doing, these killings that these Edomites are doing, these murderings, that these Edomites are doing to our people, it's being revealed that Jake is getting pissed off. Hey, it was a Jake walking around in North Carolina, busting off Edomites, man.
Yeah.
Punching them, knocking them out.
Yeah.
You know, and he was saying something about his son being raped. But Jake's spirit is being roused up here in America.
That's
man.
right.
You know, and it's beautiful.
Now, you know what, Khan, the brother Patak brought out something that's very important. He mentioned it twice. He said you don't have to physically be in slavery, all right, to be a slave.
Right.
If you're paying taxes, all right, tribute,
It's a tribute.
you're a slave. I want to bring this out. This is Matthew 17, verse 24. And when they were come to Capernaum, they that received tribute money came to Peter and said, doth not your master pay tribute? He said, yes. And when he was coming to the house, Yahushua prevented him, saying, what thinkest thou, Simon? Of whom do the kings of the earth take custom or tribute? Of their own children or of strangers? Peter said unto him, of strangers. Yahushua said unto him, then are the children free. So that right there is just precept proving exactly what you said about the tribute. All right, if you paying tribute, that means what? You're a slave.
Yeah. See,
Yep.
see what
Subject to
happens if you
payments.
don't pay that, man.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about some Jake that work a 9 to 5 that make a Jake that make 15 or 20,000 a year not paying taxes. That's not what I'm talking about. At least I don't care about that. Be one of these niggas that's making 6 figures and don't pay your taxes. See what this devil got for you, man.
Hey, they
He
care
gonna
about
drop
it.
the jail on your neck, nigga.
Hey, they care about it. You had Sherry Jackson Peele some years back. She was a superstar with the IRS. Somebody had proposed to her that it is illegal to actually pay taxes.
Yeah.
So she went through the entire IRS tax code and found out it was true.
Yeah, yeah.
So she started teaching people not to pay taxes. They threw her ass in jail. They threw her ass in jail, and you ain't hear from her for a while. She got out. She ain't teaching that shit no more.
Yeah, because when this income tax, in particular the federal income tax, was created, that happened during World War II. All right, and it was only supposed to be during that wartime that was going to be collected because it was so called for the war effort. But of course, this devil, those words are smooth as butter, but war is in his heart. He never had the intention of giving that back, you know. And so it is illegal because we're not really, to be honest, in particular as Israelites. I mean, this whole country so-called was founded on the fact that the wealthy people of this nation at one particular time were being taxed by the British Empire, but weren't being represented in British Parliament with an equal say. All right. Well, what's happening to us as Israelites? We don't have any representation in none of these governments all over the world. All right. But we're being taxed the heaviest out of anybody. Why? Because we have the least. All right. And they catch a Jake. Look what happened to Wesley Snipes. These niggas get fucked over by, as Floyd Mayweather wicked ass is dealing with it now too. These niggas get fucked over by Amalek. They trust a third party to take care of their taxes or whatever.
He had Amalek dick in his mouth.
Yeah,
Floyd Jr.
that's right.
He sucked Amalek dick.
That's
He
right.
still got fucked.
And still got fucked over.
Yeah.
Having
No Vaseline.
yep, dealing with third parties, thinking that these third parties are going to pay your taxes, and then when they don't, even if you can prove that you paid them to pay the taxes, guess what? They're not coming for that Amalekite for taking your money. You're going to jail for that, nigga.
He's not in trouble like that.
because the burden is on you.
Yeah.
You know? So it's all bullshit. Because we're not represented in this government or any other government.
Yeah.
And any Jake that so-called got an office is a nigga that sold out and is not representing us. He's representing Esau. So
Yeah.
if it's any
Especially in Latin America,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the Caribbean.
yeah.
Man. Oh man, he's a so-called Latino still. He's so-called black man. You better that Esau control his ass.
Yeah.
Under the IMF, International Monetary Fund.
That's right.
All right.
You want to get paid or something fucked up you do if you saw tell.
That's right. And if
Yeah.
you don't, they'll kill you.
Kill your ass, man. But yeah, assassinate.
Yeah, Slocky.
Yeah, they don't make a difference. Shit, they dig. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, Esau blessed with the sword. That's what he's doing his thing, you know?
Right.
Hey, baby,
Hey,
how
how
you
you
doing?
doing? All right. So ain't no difference between you so-called black Latino natives and so-called North American Indians, so-called Central Indians.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Hey man, you all niggas in the so-called white man eyes, man.
Right.
He may get one tribe favor toward each other, but at the end of the day, he thinks you ass. He do that to get it divisive
Yeah.
between all 12 tribes.
That's right. That's right. And to prove what the elder said, especially here in Midwest or California, it's big too, but really everywhere.
Right.
A lot of you jakes that think you so-called black, you really a Northern Kingdom Israelite, and you don't even know that because these devils reclassified all the Northern Kingdom as niggas when he created that white man shit,
Yeah.
man.
And also the mestizo shit. A lot of you think you got Spanish forefathers, but you don't.
Yeah.
All right, your ancestors been class mestizo, so these
Yeah.
are the most of his numbers.
Yeah.
It's called
That's right. You a bug out. You think you Spanish? Go to Spain and see how the Edomites deal with you over there, man.
Oh, they tell me
Yeah,
that.
they-
I
yeah.
love the Edomites in Spain.
Yeah, they the worst ones.
But they tell the so-called Mexicans, Dominicans, right, that they niggas, man.
Yeah.
And they show up too late, man.
Yeah.
Get your nigga ass out of
They
here.
don't even like them talking in Spanish or none of that shit.
Yeah.
They see them Spanish Edomites. They outside of, well, a lot of them Amalek, but you know those Edomites in Spain, they got the most overt I hate niggas spirit out of any Edomites.
Yeah,
man.
man. Yeah.
And really, if you look at history, them Portuguese, because them Portuguese in the same, I put them in the same boat because it's the same little area.
Right.
Them Portuguese and them Spanish slavers was the most rigorous and murderous out of all of them. Like I said, most of them are Amalekites, but the ones that come from that land, they was vicious, man. All that genocide that happened in the Caribbean and in the southern South America, even look at Argentina, man.
Yeah.
It used to be all them Argentinians used to look like the elder right here, dark skin, for real, like the elder is dark skin, not like a so-called Latin looking individual. They killed all them niggas, man.
Yeah, yeah. And they was taking their women. And then in Argentina, the Italians would take their women. That's a little different today.
Yeah.
That Popsy Phil was just like these future been
That's right, man.
All right, but they were bitches, man. Well, yeah, there was a lady named that she was bitches chopping
Yeah, that's
chopping off the county heads off.
I really do love the
They bitches, man. And they was the people don't know that the knights and all this shit, those are martial arts, man.
That's right.
The Spaniards would test their martial arts skills
Yep.
on the northern kingdom of Americans, man, chopping all types of places and shit like that, man. Fucking them up and shit. See, oh, let's do this one.
Yeah.
All this shit, man.
Yeah, you Jakes are so bugged out
Right.
that because there's still Israelites in Argentina and everywhere.
Right.
Because the Lord is not going to put us out of there.
And shit,
Right.
yeah.
But you Jakes are so bugged out. Esau went over there and got all of the so-called dark-skinned Argentinian people up out of there, and it got to a certain point where you Israelites that started to look like these devils because of rape and mixture. Y'all start killing the Jakes that was dark over there, man. That's how wicked niggas are, man.
Yeah.
And that's why the Lord comes back to get with you niggas. That's why the scriptures say that their deeds have surpassed the deeds of the wicked, man. Because these devils doing their job at the end of the day.
They
All
set
right?
their program.
Exactly. And the Lord really, it's merciful that the Lord is going to allow us to triumph over them and give them back what they did to us. Because they really are just doing their job, man. But we still get to rule over them and put them in captivity for what they've
They
done.
for the
That's right. That's right.
They did to them.
That's right.
All right.
That's right. But you Jakes, you don't have no fucking excuse to be coming against your brother like that, man.
Jeremiah, this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 5, verse 26. Says, for among my people are found wicked men. They lay wait as he that set snares. They set a trap. They catch men. And how are they doing that? They, just like as the brother was talking about. And you know how Jake joined hand in hand with our oppressors, man. So that's in any way. You know, whether it be through the job that they got, or whether it be being a so-called labeled a so-called pastor or priest, and being paid to lie to our people or not tell them the 100% truth.
Yeah.
But it says, as a cage is full of birds, so are their houses full of deceit. Therefore, they are become great and waxing rich. They are waxing fat. They shine. Yeah, they overpass the deeds of the wicked.
Right.
They judge not the cause of the fatherless, yet they prosper, and the right of the needy they not judge.
And I'm gonna get some of you leaders of you gangs, man. Some of you fucking freemasons, and you know how people are like. And you got them selling drugs and shit, destroying other people that does shit like that, man.
Right.
And my little cousin, he's a gangster psycho in Wisconsin, Madison, Wisconsin, man. He said one of the OGs, gangster psycho, pulled out a mechanic book, man.
Yeah. All that is all on the left side.
Right? So how got judged
That's
for
right.
you niggas in the games, man.
Yeah, right.
Straight up,
Yeah.
man.
Says, shall I not visit for these things? Said Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, shall not my soul be avenged on such a nation as this?
Just like a few years ago, you had they took and this nigga ain't made music in a while, Juvenile,
Right.
right?
Oh,
Yeah, let me take this nigga celebrity because everybody know him, and we're gonna make him the face of this. You did, and y'all fell for it, man, because of a celebrity, a Jake celebrity took it, so it must be safe, it must be cool. Y'all simple,
Shit like
man.
that. Hey, back in December, Dr. Spock said, you shouldn't spank children. A lot of you dumb ass Jake stop spanking children, but Dr. Spock, fucking TV show, man. Fucking Star Trek, Dr. Spock said, don't spank children. It was our own truth.
That's not
You
biblical.
said don't spoil the ride, man.
That's not biblical.
You hate your child if you spoil the ride.
Right.
Spare the ride.
Yeah. I got one to back up your brother Yesharia. This is First Maccabees 1:11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. Like the brother said, whether it's your job, whether it's the office that you're given politically, whether it's your office that's given so-called in the church, whatever. It's always been individuals who were willing to sell out, first off, Yahweh and their own people to live a comfortable, delicious lifestyle with our enemies, man. And it's nothing new under the sun. It's been happening. So that nigga Juvenile, back in them days when he was in his life at that time, he was doing the same shit, man. All right? And you niggas gotta pay a heavy price for that. Because at the end of the day, like, look,
No, go ahead.
at the end of the day, this is what these jakes don't understand. You gonna sell out to this devil. Esau's ultimate plan that it's not gonna happen, but what he wants to do is get all jakes off the earth so that then he can so-called get his blessing back.
Want that fourth right.
You know? So even you niggas that so-called serving these devils and leading Jake down the path of destruction, what you think that he just gonna have a little exhibit? And when Esau, if he ever fulfilled his situation, you'll live in a zoo company. No, nigga, you gonna get put back.
What did Wolverine say on ESPN TV show? He told Bishop, he said, how's your retirement plan going?
Yeah.
But they put Bishop ass, they
Yeah.
put his ass in slave. Yeah. All right. So what you niggas, hey man, this shit, that selling drugs shit, all this shit, hey, that shit getting played out, man.
That's right.
Hey, Esau put cameras up, Esau legalizing weed and all types of shit. All right, the legal drug market is out of here, man. That shit is snake, man.
Yeah.
Ain't no more. Well, I'm gonna get out there. I'm gonna take these keys. I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
Oh man, we gonna boom this. That shit is played out, man. That shit is snake. Esau, he already made his profits off that, man. All right. So ain't no more dugging and mugging, man. That shit ain't no more, man.
Right.
Ain't no more slinging rocks, man.
Right.
Ain't no more moving keys. Ain't no more moving drugs for state and
State,
man.
going
That
out
shit's
state.
over
Ain't
with,
that shit a
man.
wrap, man.
Moving from Central America, that shit is gone, man.
Yeah, and they catch you doing that shit, you getting 20, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
They not fucking playing.
And they might put your ass in that prison in El Salvador.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna go bars, I'm gonna get my 3 bills, I'm gonna get my Wham Zuzus, I'm gonna look at Sports Center, that shit is done.
They not doing that shit in the jails in El Salvador.
Yeah.
You gonna be sleeping on the floor, and they don't even turn the lights off.
Yeah, man. Oh, you can get beans and tortillas for water.
Yeah. If you lucky,
And you gonna be surrounded by motherfucking murderers.
yeah.
They ain't doing shit right there, but they do something, they gonna get fucked. Hey, ask Salvador, those niggas in El Salvador, how life treat them, man.
Yeah,
How that gang banging shit work for them, man.
Yeah.
They took that Esau, let's show you Esau could do what he won't do, that shit goes on.
Yeah.
Hey, no Edomites destroy that gang life in El Salvador, man. Yeah, you can walk up there and you can hear a mouth pissing on cotton now.
Yeah. You don't even have to, over there in El Salvador, you don't even necessarily have to be caught in the act of committing a crime. They catch you with a certain tattoo, they just throwing the key away, nigga.
Yep.
They catch you dressing a certain way or having a certain haircut, they throwing the key away. You don't even gotta get caught selling dope or committing murder or assaulting somebody no more. If you look like you a nigga that's doing that, they throwing it away, man.
Yep.
So yeah,
Hey, that's going to America's.
that's right. And really, it's already here.
Yeah.
Because the elder was talking about ICE already. Like I said, a lot of these individuals that got yoked up wasn't even illegals.
Yeah.
They just looked like it.
Hey, that's what I look at.
Yeah.
Right, you niggas talk all this shit. You're oppressed against your own brothers, your own tribe, this time. Well, other tribes, even so-called Puerto Ricans and Judah, but you're impressed up on Ice Age. They came to a village.
That's right.
It was like a ghost town.
That's right.
Ghost town, man.
They gonna march and scream. They not gonna do nothing else.
The reason they know criminals.
Esau gonna spank their ass if they try something.
Hey, El Salvador, man, they knocked down the graves of the game niggas, man. They came to like, yeah, damn, man, they knocked this niggas up.
Yeah, they not
And knocked up your headstones,
They
man.
not playing with them
They ain't
niggas,
playing
man.
with you, man.
So how much more so when the thick of Jacob's troubles come?
Yeah.
Y'all better separate, man. You better start separating yourselves, man.
Right.
Hey, Esau about to come down with that hammer.
You better stop listening to you niggas in your game, man. You better stop listening to your dumbass OGs, your uncle, your auntie, your daddy, your older brother, man. You better come the truth to Yahweh Shai, stop calling the name Yahweh Shai, repent, turn to me, turn to me, man.
Right.
All right, and do right, man.
Yeah.
All right, because Uncle Junebug, all right, and Uncle Tito will get your ass fucked up, will get your ass destroyed, man.
That's right.
All right,
Hey, and if you don't want to repent, good too. Fuck it.
right.
Lord gonna fucking kill you.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 55, verse 6. It's right to the point. It says, "Seek ye Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai while he may be found.
That's right.
Call ye upon him while he is near." Hey, and while the prophets are still out here on the highways and the byways proclaiming the name of our Lord Yahweh Shai and his father Yahweh, hey, this is the high time to wake out of sleep, man. You know, it's long. It's a lot. Hey, for as long as we've been in captivity, for as long as we've been oppressed, the Heavenly Father have had his word out here, you know, for his chosen to repent. And that's the chosen of the nation of Israel, man. But it says, to let the wicked forsake his way and the unrighteous man his thoughts. Hey, why? Because we once were all poisoned by the ways of this world, man. You know, whatever commonwealth we were born believing in, whatever state you were born in, man, whatever country, city, because the nation of Israel is scattered throughout the world, man, the four corners of the earth. You know, so some of our people are going to look as light as this, brother, or lighter or darker, you know. But it says, and let him return unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and he will have mercy upon him and to our power, for he will abundantly pardon. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, said Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So that's how you know that that's a feeble thought. You know, for these so-called only black Israelites, black only Israelites, you know, to say that the nations like such as the Issacharites are our brothers just because of their so-called skin color.
Right. Well, explain how come their names got changed to bad words. Explain why they went to captivity. Explain why they went to slavery. Explain why they on the slave ship. Explain why the ghettos with the so-called blacks.
And explain why they're on the highways and the byways with us every week.
Right. Right.
Yeah. And hey, explain why if a Mexican walk up and you tell him he can't eat pork, that nigga fade to black, man.
Right.
They'll stand here and listen and agree with everything. As soon as you tell them
What do
ain't
you
no pork,
I'm sorry? Yeah. We're not black. We're just Israelites.
Hey, tell them.
Yeah, it's not recording that side,
I
yeah.
didn't want to get in your guys'
It's okay.
Are you guys talking about going to slavery?
Who are you?
What's that?
Who are you?
I'm not from around here, dude.
Where you from?
What's that?
Yeah. What nationality? What type of country? What country?
So it's broadly more than I have to speak David ancestors.
Are you
believe in the Bible?
Are you English? The Bible.
I would say we're Bible. Well, I'm not like particularly Christian. Obviously, my thing like being like.
you don't have to be Christian to believe in the Bible.
Well, you guys are Israelites.
We believe in the whole Bible.
You guys believe in the New Testament?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just saying.
When you walked up, you said slave ships. Yeah, what was that all
No,
about?
I heard what you said about the slave ships. Yeah,
Right.
a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't know that. It's uncommon and probably controversial policy. You know, let's say political cities.
So you either Scandinavian or English.
So it's wrong. I don't have like one particular like location.
You don't know your father. You don't know your father's father.
I do, and it's like
Where your father's paternal line.
yeah, it goes to Germany. There we had Spanish, we had Italian ancestry. Like it's all over.
But did any of them believe in the Bible or God?
The Lutheran mostly, I would imagine.
What's your surname?
Wells, but that's not. My family had to change, so it was Bolster.
What was before that?
It was Bolster.
Both. That's your real name.
It was before younger Spain.
How do you spell it?
It's a derivative of Balthazar, and it comes from Germany.
So it comes from both come from Germany.
Yeah, even that even my paternal lineage isn't exclusively German, but it's Germanic, but it's not.
And we made a point about this earlier. This is confused. That's why this place is about confusion. When you look in the scriptures, the lineage of, because the scriptures are about the Israelites, but when you look in the scriptures, the lineage of the Israelites is listed all the way back to before the flood. Only when we went into this captivity did that process stop taking place. All right, so within the last 4 or 5 centuries did we stop keeping track of our lineage. But that's the spirit that the whole world is really under. These powers that be, they don't want people to know what their lineage is.
Right.
They don't want you to know what your lineage is or the ruler's lineage is.
Are you guys on social media?
Yeah,
Yeah, we on YouTube.
You know, so
you're on
we
YouTube.
yeah.
They don't ban you guys?
No, we figure it out.
I got it. So you talking about the slavery, right?
I'm gonna have him on camera.
What context do you mean?
I'm ahead.
Do you believe in the Bible? Like, do you believe? Give me this. Do you believe in the book?
Like spiritually, do you believe in like a higher power?
I mean, so we have probably some things that we like broadly converge on. And we have
I mean, well, that's not the point. That's not the point. You would have to be taught and explained what we're talking about before you can necessarily have a 100% agreement with what we're saying.
I have a fairly like foundational understanding of Abrahamic religion.
Yeah, but outside of all of that, yes or no, do you believe that there is a God, a higher power, a creator? That's
Let me ask you a question. How you eat your steak?
I don't have my steak.
Do you grab it? Let me. If somebody come with a bloody steak, rare and
I'd have to look at the steak. I'd have to, if it's like blue and it's mooing, probably not.
so you like your so what about your chicken? You like your chicken all the way cooked?
Yeah, no doubt.
So you like the red
How do you like your
meat all the way
chicken?
cooked?
Do you not eat yours all the way cooked?
No, fried hard.
Yeah.
Fried hard.
Like, I'm pretty sure you get fucking sick.
Because a lot of people
Yeah.
do. So some
No,
people
this-
now they start eating medium rare shit.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Your rare chicken.
No, yeah, you'd be surprised.
You're lucky to meet somebody that ate medium rare chicken and they're still alive.
Shit, they do that shit in Japan all the
When
time.
you eat a raw oyster and some shit like that.
Oh, I'm not eating raw.
What about sushi?
I used to eat it. Yeah, I used to.
What Jake eat?
Yeah, I used to. But we're asking all these questions for this reason. This is Romans 8 and 16. The Spirit itself bears witness with our spirit that we are the children of God. So as you asked us if we're Israelites, now you said, are you black Israelites? And it's the spirit that you walk. You said that because this brother right here was just explaining that there is no such thing, one, as black, but as a black Israelite, because black is a made-up term. All right, and Israelites are Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, but also because we've been scattered among all nations, that means that we can look like any nation. There are Israelites that look like
Back them up. Jeremiah 12 and 9, it says, "My heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. The birds round about her, or about or against her, come ye assemble all the beasts of the field, come to devour." So the name, since we've been scattered among all people and having sex with their women and rape the other way around, our people, the Israelites, are going to look like all nations. So you might be an Israelite. Like skin color is an indicator, it's not a definite. So when you go into the parable of the wheat and tares, because the slave masters were raping the Israelite women, we're gonna have men that are even darker than this brother here be Edomites. You know, have his lineage to a so-called white man.
Is this like pretty widely held among like your sect of Israelites, or is this kind of like, are you guys more like are you a smaller denomination? Would you say?
Well, it's not, I mean, it's not about a denomination thing. We're of the camp Great Mills, so we teach 100% truth. As far as what all of these other camps teach, we don't have nothing to do with that. All we're worried about is what the scriptures say. And that's why he was asking you, you know, where is your father? Where are your fathers from? What is your lineage? The way that we determine, or the way that we're supposed to be able to determine what your lineage is by who your father is. Now, as I mentioned earlier, you know, in the last 4 or 5 centuries, that has been something that has been kind of passed to the wayside as far as people keeping their lineage generation after generation after generation. Prior to 5 centuries ago, like I said in the scriptures, even our lineage, the Israelites' lineage, and even the Edomites' lineage is listed pre-flood all the way up until, you know, 2,000 years ago.
Isn't I mean, according to like Hebrew scriptures, isn't Israelite ancestry passed maternally?
No.
Maternal.
I got it right here.
I thought it was passed maternally.
That's what the so-called Jews, the Jewish people, that's what they say.
Was that a later adaptation?
Yeah, that's an idolatrous practice. That doesn't have to do with
Because they crept into the UK, you know what I mean, that way.
Yeah.
But
Give this scripture.
yeah, there's Numbers, the book of Numbers, Old Testament, chapter 1, verse 2. It says, take ye the sum of all the congregation of the children of Israel after their families by the house of their fathers, the number of their names, every male by their poles. You know, verse 18 says the same thing, pretty much. And they all assembled all the congregation. Yeah, and they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of their names, from 20 years old and upward by their posts. So if you yourself sleep with, you know, 7 different women and they all get pregnant, you would be the father. But if one woman gets popped by 7 men and she's pregnant, now we gotta test these males and see who is the father. So you are who your father is. You know, it's not, you're not half and half in this. You know, that's why the wheat and tares parable, a lot of people need to understand it, because we're gonna have like Tracy Ross. You know who Tracy Ross is? Can you so
Diana Ross.
Diana Ross.
You know who Bobby Caldwell is? What You Won't Do for Love? He's an Israelite. Bruce Lee is an Israelite.
Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee's an Israelite.
Chinese and German.
Yeah, that's the spirit,
we
his
read.
lineage.
That's why we read the spirit. We tell you have to try the spirit. You have to test out the
Right.
spirit.
Right.
When
Just
Bruce
as
Lee
simple,
came
yeah.
from China over here, he was dealing with niggas exclusively.
Yeah, like it was cool.
He wasn't even dealing with the other Chinese people. The other Chinese
They were
people
pretty bad to him.
casting him out because
That's
he's not
different
one of
He
them.
wasn't 100% Chinese.
Yeah, he wasn't not at all.
But regardless, they casted him out because of the way he operated. You know, and the way his
So I
spirit
don't
was.
suppose you guys are of like a black nationalist sect at all?
No,
Negative.
there's nothing black that has to
Black.
do with it.
See, they,
Hey, Salaki, can I bring out this
Yeah,
precept?
yeah.
Please don't.
Please,
Okay.
yes.
Jake is pissing me off.
He good, he good.
This, no, I'm not even talking about him. This Revelation 13 and 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here the patience and the faith of the saints. So you mentioned slavery. If you're an Israelite, you're not going to go into slavery. If you're an Edomite or another nation, you and your bloodline will go into slavery. At the end of the day, that's what it all goes down to. So when the Lord comes back, you're going to hope you are an Israelite.
I gotta look, you guys have like a website?
We got YouTube pages, but you can look up, just look up GMS on YouTube. But this is who we was talking about. This is Tracy Ellis Ross. Now you see her walking down the street, you would think she's a black woman.
Yeah.
This woman's
yeah.
father is a Jewish guy.
look at her brother.
And that's our brother. That's the one they had playing in the
Well, so
movie
is-
ATL.
So
Yeah,
is Doja Cat is also Jewish.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
No,
I'm not
she's-
familiar with her.
So is Michael Rappaport, and he's an Israelite.
Yeah, so it doesn't
Not Jews,
necessarily.
yeah.
AOC is allegedly.
Yeah, yeah.
Doja Cat not Jewish. Her daddy is Czech.
But it's about trying the spirit, like you said.
These terms, black and white, is pseudo because in 1681, after the Baker's Rebellion, you heard about the Baker's Rebellion
In Virginia.
in Virginia, all right? So they can be face status of white, right? Because a so-called white man, his skin is not white like the pages. His skin is translucent and flesh and blood show through it. give off some red color.
Well, I
That's
mean,
why you got.
a lot of times they try to say that they're white and it's convenient when they want to demonize whites, but when they want to be Jewish, they like separate
They
themselves.
the
They
same
say they're
thing.
Italian.
Yeah, but then you go to like Donald Trump. It's like what red, orange color, right?
Yeah, but that's like fake.
All right, but then you got
Yeah.
pink. Then you got some so-called white people. They pink. They red. It's
I
like
mean,
a reddish on
Japanese
color.
people
right.
have white skin.
Right now, on the flip
Japan.
side, now look on the flip side,
Well, actually, Japanese people have like more of a yellow.
yellow,
But they
brown.
put they
It's
put
fairly
white.
like
They,
fair,
they,
yeah.
they put white makeup
They
on
white up
their
their
skin.
face.
Like,
Right now, on the flip side, they gave the so-called blacks. So, I said they gave the people that deemed so-called. They called them black in the 17th century. But my skin, if you look at my skin is like a dark,
Oh, it's objectively
dark
brown.
caramel color.
Yeah.
It's not black like this color, this Bible man. All right, so those are false social constructs to confuse everybody and stuff, man.
Yeah.
So nobody, like the brother
guys think
said,
that
the people went back who they thought it was from the flood into 2,000 years ago.
yeah, there was no
black, white.
even Italian. There was none of that. Your lineage or your tribe that you were from is based off of the man who was your progenitor. All right, so when you look at, like, once again, the Edomites, for example. The progenitor of the Edomites is a man named Esau. All right, he's their progenitor. You are. So that would be your, not you in particular, because I don't know you. But if somebody is an Edomite, their nationality would be that they're an Edomite because they descend from Esau.
Yeah.
Just like with an Israelite, for example, there's 12 tribes of Israel because there are 12 patriarchs. Jacob, who later had his name changed to Israel, had 12 sons, and basically, if you descend from one of those 12 sons, that's the nation or the tribe that you come from. You come from the nation of Israel, but the tribe you come from is because your progenitor was one of those 12 sons.
Do
And it's
you,
like that for every nation.
So do you guys believe that modern rabbinical Jews are descendants of the tribe of Judah?
No.
No, there.
But there
Hebrew
are
Edomites.
some of them that are Israelites because we're scattered among all nations, and
Yeah.
some will look like all nations.
I give you an example of one that's our people amongst those fake Jews. It was Amy Winehouse. She was our people. As a matter of fact, they unalived her and shit. Another was Adam Levine.
Unalive. Yeah, we were screaming.
yeah.
I think another was Adam Levine, Michael
Yeah.
Douglas, his
Yeah.
father Kirk Douglas.
Yeah, Seth Rogen.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
there's a scripture
Oh,
talking.
Michael
about,
Rappaport.
Yeah.
Big Mouth.
Yeah.
Big
Oh,
Mouth boy. Yeah.
There's a scripture letting you know who's in the land today. And I'll read it in the NLT, the New Living Translation.
Hey, what time do we have to go? What time? Do we have to go? We're kind of in a hurry. I'll listen to
Okay,
you.
no worries. This is Ezekiel 36, chapter 36, verse 5 in the NLT. This is what the sovereign Lord, Yahweh is the Heavenly Father's name, says. My jealous anger burns against these nations, especially Edom, because they have shown utter contempt for me by gleefully taking my land for themselves as plunder. You know, and that's why there's war there, because the prophecy in the Bible says the Lord's going to return, gather his elect from his people, and physically bring us back home. So that was done.
And
I
I'm
gotta,
Balfour
I
Declaration.
gotta
Yeah.
find you guys on YouTube. What did you say your YouTube channel is called?
You put GMS Chicago, and some should pull up, and GMS Apostles Ministry from our elders from New York, who go into a history.
With the picture of the lion?
Yeah.
Is that you guys?
Yeah.
Okay. The world is coming to an end, no doubt.
Well, the age that you gotta go to the words. So there's different meanings for like John 3:16 for God so loved the world. That's a different world from age.
Your last post was this. Is that your?
Yeah, that's the page.
That's a good page, yeah. All right. Well, yeah, we have a bunch of pages. There's multiple.
Okay.
But there's GMS camps, literally worldwide. Australia,
England.
England, Italy, UK.
Yeah.
Because that's prophesied in Ezekiel 37 would happen. You know.
When I first heard you guys talking, I was like thinking it was like going to be some Malcolm X black nationalist
no,
song.
man, no,
Oh,
it's not
man.
about that.
It's
And
true. Just
I was
100%
kind of
true.
excited. I was like, hell yeah.
No,
Taking some radicals.
and that's cool. But
Yeah.
the reason, and we'll say this just for the sake of the camera, the reason why that's often we don't do that, and we already mentioned that we're scattered abroad in all nations.
Yeah.
So it's Israelites that are going to look all kind of ways. It's Israelites that are going to think that they're Chinese or white or whatever. All right, but the reason why we don't agree with that, we call it the John Shaft spirit, where you think every Israelite got to look like John Shaft and be extra black, is because you know, as teachers, we're sent out here to tell our people what's getting ready to happen so that they can get their spirit right with the Lord, repent for their sins, turn back from the wicked ways of this world, and, you know, have their because we only have an opportunity to receive salvation. It's not guaranteed that because you repent that you're going to receive salvation. But if you're going around telling people that you're only can be an Israelite if you're black, and let's say you're an Israelite and we tell you that, and then you say, oh, well, I'm not an Israelite, so I can just go around and be wicked and do whatever. Now the blood of you being wicked is on our hands because we told you because you're not black, you're not an Israelite, and you very well could be. Right. You know? So we're not here to say, oh, if you're not black or this or that, that's wicked. And you will have anybody who says that will have to pay the price of all the people that they sent off by telling them you're not Israelite because you're not black.
You're not gathering, you're scattering.
Right. Here goes scripture right here. 1 Samuel chapter 16, verse 7. But Yahweh said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance or on the height of his stature, because I refuse him. For Yahweh see not as a man seeth. For man looketh on the outward appearance, but Yahweh look on the heart, the mind.
Your mind, yeah.
All right? So they teach us not to look on your skin color. That's how we ask who your forefathers are. And that's why we
So you guys
try
are
your
the
spirit
opposite of what I
answer
thought
the
you were.
Well, yeah, because it's propaganda.
It's propaganda.
It's propaganda.
We didn't assume you were a Edomite. That's why they asked you a list of questions.
Yeah.
See, when you came up, you came up and you had like labels. Are you a black this? Are you a black that? We didn't do that. We asked
Well, I
you
thought that's
questions.
where you were.
And we're not saying that you didn't know. We're not saying you're a bad person for that. Because once again, we understand that that's the propaganda that's being pushed. It is what it is.
Initially, I thought that's what he was
Yeah,
getting at. We
yeah,
kept being like,
yeah.
what part of Europe? I was like, oh, okay, these are like.
Well, and just for this, I know you gotta go, but just for another point, it doesn't matter what part of Europe you're from.
Right.
During the Dark Ages, so-called black people ruled Europe.
Yeah.
All right. You can get the book "Nature Has No Color Lines" and read that, and various other sources. But that's an easy book to find, and it's not expensive. So you
Talking
can
like the
buy it.
Moors.
And what Moors but
The
not
Moors
just
were
Moors.
Israelites that
All right?
conquered Europe.
Moors, even in the Scandinavian countries, the Vikings, those were black.
Yeah.
They were black. Harold
They were
Bluetooth, that was a
Israelites.
black person. All right. Or somebody whose skin was dark. You get what I'm saying?
The Irish, they're
The Irish,
Israelites. Yeah.
German.
My father's
Celtic.
bloodline go back to Ireland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My people's bloodline goes back to Scotland. If you go to Germany today, they still have statues of, you know, so-called, like I said, black person.
Yeah.
But they got statues of royal people, knights, all right? And they'll tell you that if you go over there and talk to them. Only here in America is our history, you know, not taught.
It's like, that's why so-called white people, they tell the kids send to go to college, either go to college in Europe or go to Europe before college and shit.
Are you guys
That's what
gonna post this
because
online?
because that's what the real
What's that?
You guys
education
will post
is.
this online?
It's live right now.
Okay.
It automatically goes up.
Okay.
Yeah, but like
I'm
I
gonna try
said,
to find it later.
that's why so-called white people, they tell their kids either before they go to college, go to Europe, or go to college in Europe, because that's all the real history is.
Right. Before you go, do you know what the mark of the beast is?
Yeah.
What is it?
I mean, I don't know what it is, but I know what conceptually what it is.
It's the implantable microchip.
I mean, I've heard that theory.
Yeah, Trump just signed a 6G executive order to implement or implant devices starting with the forehead, but eventually it's going to lead to the
Neuralink.
Chip. Yeah, Neuralink, all that. You know, there's other companies that do it, but
That's your family, man.
What's that? Yeah.
That's your family.
yeah.
I gotta get to.
Yeah, no
I'll see you
worries.
guys.
Have a
Enjoy your
nice
day.
day.
Take care.
I think his wife is Jake, man. She got that Scottish.
Shit, he might be too.
Yeah,
man.
she
I think
Jake,
so
man. His
too,
wife,
man.
his
Might be.
wife, I think his wife Jake. Yeah, I'm Scottish.
Cause he ain't he sat there and listened. He wasn't cutting nobody off or nothing.
Right. He didn't like, cause when I asked him, he was. He ain't did like other guys. He was like, he's like, hey, I'm confused with it, but this changed.
No, and that's the spirit. Cause we was
Yeah.
talking about that.
Yeah.
When he walked up, the brother was talking about the black thing, but we was even talking about the genealogy and having your lineage, you know, being recorded. All right. And it's a it's a reason why these devils take that away, man. All right, we are in Israel as the sand of the sea. First of all, the Lord took our heritage away from us as a
I
punishment.
don't think he was.
So that's
he
really
wasn't no people.
no. I don't think it was.
No, he wasn't.
That was the reason. You know, that's the reason why all this is happening because the Lord ordained it. But on a carnal level, these devils took that out of the earth, one, so that we don't know who we are, but also so that you don't know who they are, so that they can continue to say that they're us, they can continue to perpetrate all of the lies that they're perpetrating and spoil the earth, man.
I got it.
All right?
It's Ruth 3 and 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our power. Say, our people are scattered. It don't matter where we at, we're still going through the curses. All right, and I brought out the scripture going into the captivity to really poke a hole in him and see if he was if he was Esau or not.
Yeah.
That's really why I wanted to get straight to the point on the nigga. But the spirit showed me like, okay, he ain't bugged.
Yeah.
So I kept my eye on him. But the point is, our people are scattered and they look like every nation.
That's
right.
His wife was a Judite woman, man. Like she was Scottish or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. And she was built. She was built just like a Judite. And she had no booty shorts on.
I wasn't looking.
Had no business. Had no. Now I'm not looking at his wife in a lustful way.
right.
I was just observing her spirit and how she was.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. That was
Hey.
good. That was good.
Yeah, and that's why it's important to be out
I think we
here.
got a preset. You got a preset?
Okay, go ahead. No, I brought it up.
Oh, I think you had one. Okay.
That's why it's important to be outside of the highways and hedges
Oh, yeah.
in the chief place of concourse.
Right.
No.
Not just on the side of the road somewhere where nobody's walking by. Now, brothers, what their location is what their location is. You do what you got to do. All right, because it's
Some
better.
of us can't do
It's
that.
better to get outside and teach.
Yeah.
However, you got to get it how you live. But
Right.
it's important to be out here because that guy's whole thought process of what we were doing was structured based off of the propaganda that this devil is pushing. All right.
Yep.
But when we start breaking things down to him with the scriptures to back it up, he understood what we were saying. That's why we brought out, that you got to try the spirit beareth witness. That's why we brought out, the lineage and how you determine somebody's lineage. These people don't know nothing about none of that. And none of these pastors are in the church. He probably done been to church 100 times in his life and didn't hear none of those precepts we brought out at church.
Real quick, this book Isaiah 55 and 11 says, "So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it." So when it comes to the Yahweh Bashem Yahushua's word reaching the ones that he have to hear it, hey, it's going to be heard, man. So as the brother said, no matter where you are, no matter how you have to go out and teach, hey, you have faith in those teachers, man. We have faith that, hey, none of the work that we do is vain, man. Hey, why? Because, hey, it's the Heavenly Father that's controlling this movement, man, ultimately.
And dude, his man, now it's switch turned on.
Yeah.
Because we show him a whole new color. Right? He's came on the news on that cloak of darkness. Now he goes most likely probably go on look at all that shit that we talking about. We'll start wait a minute. His skin not black, it's brown. His skin not white, it's red.
Yeah.
Shit, man.
That's right. I got some precepts.
Nice
Throw
though.
weapons.
Oh, what?
This is 2 Corinthians 10:4. It says, "For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahweh to the pulling down of strongholds." Now, when this guy walked up, and that's why it's also important, and it's obviously all through the spirit, because certain people walk up on bullshit and you deal with them accordingly. All right, but that's why it's important for the most part when people walk up to answer these people's questions and not to get carnal with them.
Right.
Because that guy genuinely didn't know and was genuinely seeking out information sincerely. But if you start with ad hominem attacks, if you start abrasively, if you start accusing people of being Edomites without trying their spirit, once again, the blood is going to be on your hands if this person showed up sincerely to break bread and you didn't break bread with him, man. You got to pay for that. All right? And this guy was willing to listen, and Lord willing, he's going to go and look more into it. It seemed like he already was doing his own research on whatever the fuck it is that he thought was real prior to meeting us. All right? But it's important that you're patient with these people, man, because guess what? A lot of these Jakes that's gonna walk up, that's gonna be saved, it's gonna be guys like that that don't know that they Jakes, man.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's not gonna be no nigga with no afro walking up. A lot of these niggas that know, a lot of these niggas that's so-called outwardly black, so-called outwardly Hispanic, they already know what the fuck it is and they don't give a fuck, man.
Yeah, right.
Point blank, period.
Hey, like,
All right.
I think it was Uriah Malcolm said it's time for the special birds to come.
Yeah, yeah. And once again, that's a big pet peeve of mine when niggas have that John Shaft spirit, because once again, you're basically sentencing somebody to death. Now, of course, the Lord is going to save who he is ordained to save. He's going to have mercy on whom he's going to have mercy on. But at the end of the day, you go around, you got all these other camps. As soon as somebody walk by, that dude, they would have tried to make, oh, you got to kiss my boots, or you a Edomite, and this and that. He walk up on IUIC, they're going to try to whoop his ass, man. And whole time this dude is an Israelite, and now you got the blood of your brother on your hands. And we was just talking about, there's no difference between you doing that and these Jakes that we was talking about earlier, enslaving each other, putting each other to death. Because guess what? You killing that man spiritually, which is way worse than physically putting his body to death, man.
Yep. And you how go quiet of it.
Yeah, that's right.
It said in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 3, it said, you don't warn a man of his transgression.
Okay, I'm gonna get it for you. I got it right
he's
here.
transgressed, his blood gonna be upon you, man.
This is Ezekiel 3:17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word at my mouth, and give them warning from me. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand.
Right. So if somebody walk up to you, look like a so-called white man, or look like a so-called Chinese man, or so-called East Indian man, and it comes sincere, and you call them ad homine's, and you do all kinds of ad homine's, and talking about kiss your boot and all this shit, talking about you gonna pull the slavery shit, and you ain't give him a chance to explain yourself, man. All right, and he go home, and it turned out he's an Israelite. Guess what? His blood gonna be upon your hands.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And that goes to show you also, and once again, these people's mind, they're in darkness, they're bugged out. This guy's mind was completely separate from what he was seeing, because if he was using his eyes, he would see that everybody standing up here is not black. All right, but these devil's witchcraft is so strong, and the propaganda is so strong that, you know, he hears what we're saying and he's automatically going to jump to that. Okay, but when people walk up and you show them that, no, this is not a black thing, this is not about being black, as a matter of fact, it's not about being any color, because colors are not real, none of that is real. It changes people's whole outlook of the message, man.
Right.
Right.
The truth comes out.
Right. It's either you Jacob or Esau.
Yeah. And now, you know, Lord willing, we don't know what the Lord has in store for this guy, but who knows? This guy might start going to other people who think they Edomites and telling them this, man.
Yep.
It's a domino effect.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And guess what? All of those people, if he does end up getting his mind right, and everybody ain't called to teach. He might not be called to teach. But exactly.
Tell the good news.
And he can repent and turn to the Lord and still speak to those around him and do the same thing. And if that, you know, if he bears fruit from doing that, hey, guess what? We get rewarded for that too, for dealing with that brother and breaking bread with him, man. And you got to think about it like that. Not saying that we're doing it for that reason. You know, we're here to pay a debt at the end of the day for ourselves. But hey, man, for us to get out of here, the elect got to be sealed, and you don't know you don't know who's who, man.
Yeah.
That's why. Go ahead, bro.
I was just gonna say the scripture says you should say in them that did.
Yeah.
So he was right.
Yeah.
Thyself and they that hear thee.
And that's why it's also important to mention to people, you know, especially when you're talking about the distinction between us and these Christians. We're not saved here, man. You're not saved till you on the chariot. We're not talking to you like somebody that think that they already got it already, and you don't got it, man.
Right.
You know, we're all fighting for our penny, just like if he came into the truth, he'll get the same penny as all of us that's been doing this work before him, man. Lord willing, we endure.
Praying him, you get it.
Yeah. You know, and that's also important because these people got that holier than thou spirit is also something that turns people away from the Lord.
Right.
Right. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Real quick, back to Brother.
No, go ahead, bro. Go ahead, go ahead.
Romans 10:13. For whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai shall be saved. And this is the word for saved, G4982. And it says, to save from the evils which obstruct the reception of the Messianic deliverance. Oh, no, I'm sorry. To preserve one who is in danger of destruction, to save or rescue. So we haven't even resisted unto blood yet. You know what I'm saying? The tree's not even dry. All right, we're coming into a time like no other, and those that endure to the end will be saved and delivered. Those that turn from transgression in Jacob, no matter how you look, you see? So that's why we're compelling our people to return and be converted, all right, and follow Yahweh Shai, because that's the only way to life, man.
Right.
You and your household could be saved, man. You know, even if your wife doesn't believe, but you as a man do, you and your household could be delivered, man.
That's right.
I got a precept.
Go ahead, brother.
Because they might be saved.
Right, yeah, that's why I said it. You know what I'm
Girls
saying?
on the father's show, she like,
Yeah, the Spirit said it, you know, so.
1 John 4:1, beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are of Yahweh, because many false prophets are gone out into the world.
That's it.
Yahweh got it.
And that's why this truth is about keeping everything spiritual. All right? Because when you keep things spiritual, once again, that opens up people's mind. All right? When you start getting carnal with people, now you can't even have a dialogue with somebody. All of this information that was brought out when that guy walked up are things that he's never heard before. You go to these churches, they're not reading none of that.
No.
All right? It's impossible to tear down these strongholds that Esau has set up carnally. You have to do it spiritually. Because if you start coming carnally, people are just going to lean on what they know and stick to their side, so to say. You got to, go ahead, brother, go ahead. You got a gripe with so-called white people, which we do have a gripe with you Edomites, but everybody that look white is not an Edomite. And if you don't explain that, this guy is going to look and he's going to say, well, I'm a white man.
Exactly.
I identify as white. These people hate me, so I'm not going to listen to what they're saying. And the whole time, this dude is an Israelite, man.
That's it.
Go ahead, brother. My bad.
I was going to back you up. This is the book of 1 Peter chapter 1. I started verse 13. It says, wherefore, gird up the loins of your mind. Be sober and hope to the end for the grace that is to be brought unto you at the revelation of Yahweh Shai Mashiach, as obedient children, not fashioning yourselves according to the former lust in your ignorance, but as he which hath called you is holy, so be ye holy in all manner of conversation, because it is written, be ye holy, for I am holy. So as the brother was speaking, you know, by us coming out of ways of our ignorance in this world, being brought from whatever way of doctrine we were scattered, or whatever stronghold that had our family when we was brought up in this captivity. Hey man, we remember our old self, man. You know, we remember the lies that were taught to us, and the strongholds that were put upon our families, our households, man. And because some of our parents are still going to the whorehouses. Some of our grandmothers are still worshiping idols. Those idols really have strongholds on our people. So when it comes to us and dealing with the words of Yahweh Shem Shai, it is important to be patient. You know, why? Because we want somebody to be patient with us. Everybody needs a teacher, and the scriptures told us that our teachers weren't going to be removed to a corner. So as we continue to learn and grow, and we continue to teach, you know, and learn, you know.
I got something to back the brother up. It's Matthew 7:1. Judge not that ye be not judged, for with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged, and with what measure ye meet, it shall be measured to you again. And why beholdest thou the mote that is in thy brother's eye, but considerest not the beam that is in thy own eye? Now this is talking about being a hypocrite and so-called criticizing or you know, trying to punish other people for sins that you yourself are actively committing. But guess what? Like the brother just said, we all was in the world and in darkness, man. And you would be wise not to forget that when you're dealing with these people. Okay? Now, at the end of the day, once again, you try the spirit. Some people walk up on bullshit, and we
Right.
return the favor with that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right? But when people walk up and they're sincere and they have questions,
Yes.
you can't take their ignorance as an offense and then want to start getting active with them and disrespectful with them, because at one point in time, you were ignorant, we were ignorant.
Right.
And I'll speak for myself as an individual. The Lord brought me around at the right time. If I would have came up on the camp at an earlier time in my life, I probably would have scoffed because I wasn't shit, man.
Right.
Nah, hey,
Point blank.
Yep, and I was talking to the brother Kodar about that, you know, when they was having a dialogue with the dude, and I was like, man, you know how many brothers that's in the truth now? That, you know, Jake probably scoffed that before, or that probably scoffed the truth, you know?
Yeah.
You know, who knows, man?
Yeah. Because I was, when I was in the world personally, I was, and this is everybody, but I'm going to just talk about me. I was a godless individual. So anybody talking about anything biblical, anybody talking about anything like that, I'm talking shit and I'm scoffing.
Yeah.
Because that's the kind of guy I was, man.
Look at the account of you know, Saul, being Paul. You know?
Yeah.
You know, it's the same with that. You know,
Yeah.
he was once a murderer. You know, hey, but look what happened. You know, same thing, man. Same thing. Hey, you're gonna return back into your lot. If this word is meant for you, and you will hear it, and you will repent by way of it.
That's right. And it's not our job to decide who the Lord is and who he isn't going to have mercy on, man.
Right.
And that's the office that you place yourself in when you deal with people the wrong way.
That's right. And if we teach the word, whoever receive it, receive it.
Yeah.
The elect is going to receive it.
That's right.
Scripture said that
Our job is simply to push it out.
the meek shall inherit the earth.
Right. The meat.
That's Ezekiel 3:10-11.
All right, so let's close it out. All right, all praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
the honest apostle, the elders in New York, and South Church Yahweh the world, the fulfilling the truth, and Shalom to you real sisters. All right, and Kwam Yashala,
Kwam Yashala.
Bob,
Abba, Abba.